Give it up one more time. Put your hands together for the team of Manchester Badminton. Now, Ali Pally, get yourself ready. We have got our next finalists. Put those hands together for Saxons Badminton. Please keep that applause going for your players. It's Brandon Yap, Rowan Clark, Leona Lee, Chloe Dennis, Charlie Castle, and Lisa Curtin.
Well, a warm welcome back to this super weekend of badminton here in Alexandra Palace in London. It's hot outside, but the badminton's been hot inside as well. We've made it all the way through to the NBL final. Perhaps not the favourites, either of these teams on paper this morning, but a terrific effort all round. Manchester Badminton taking on Saxons Badminton in just a few moments. Well, what a lineup it's been today, and a mixed bag really, because there have been some injuries, there have been some names of players that haven't been able to make the final. No Ben Lane today, no Sean Vendy, but we've seen a terrific performance from all of them. Callum Hemming had to pull out of the Saxons squad just last night, so the lineup for this one in the final that we've only just learned really. In the open doubles, Dan Font, Dan Kemp taking on Brandon Yap and Rowan Clark. Both of those pairs lost their matches in the semi-final earlier today, but the team overall made it through, which evens that out. Abby Brooks was terrific against Freya Redfern Patel earlier. She takes on Leona Lee. Dan Font back on court, this time with Lizzie Tolman taking on Brandon Yap, and Chloe Dennis, one of the all-round stars of the NBL this season. Dennis has been terrific. The men's singles is mouth-watering. Cholan Kayan and Charlie Castle. And in the women's doubles to finish, perhaps the match of the day. We're hoping it gets right down to the wire. Lizzie Tolman and Sian Kelly are taking on Leona Lee and Lisa Curtin. Well, I'm Bobby Griffin, and I'm delighted to have some company in the commentary booth once again. Caroline Wesley is here, not necessarily representing Saxons, but you are from the team of Saxons. Your thoughts on today so far? I mean, Saxons themselves did terrifically to get through.
They did, definitely. As you say, two unexpected maybe wins on paper, but it just shows with this scoring, every point counts, and yeah, you don't have to win the match, but you just need to get every point you can. And some really outstanding performances. Charlie and his men's singles to get so close to Johnny Torgerson there and really take him to 5-4. A couple of really exciting shootouts taking us to 5-4, and yeah, pulling through to set him up in the final here against Manchester Badminton.
Yeah, Manchester too having a great day. It went right down to the wire. They came back in the women's doubles to close out and take the win. So just to recap the format, we've got 2 straight games. We've got 15 points required for the game. There's no extra points required in those games. So those scores of each team in those 2 games are what matters. Those go through to the totalizer. Every point therefore counts. All of the points in all of the matches are added up for that totalizer. If a player or pair wins their match, they get 5 extra bonus points, which are all important. Finally, if the match goes to 1 game all, there will be a 5-point shootout. We've seen so many today, and Caroline just mentioned some of them were so close as well. Very exciting stuff.
And here we've got walking onto court the 2 Saxons players. Again, a really great performance in their semi-final, but unfortunately weren't able to get the W. So they will be hoping to step on today against the Manchester pair and really push them. A really nice equal pairing here. wouldn't be sure who to put on paper that's going to come out with the win, but we'll definitely start with a really close, interesting game, I'm sure.
Who will receive? You see on that side.
Well, who would have thought Manchester Badminton versus Saxons Badminton into the NBL final. The open doubles, yes, there's 4 men on court, but it's called the open doubles these days, is up first. And I think, given the lineup, Caroline, given their opponents, both pairs will feel like they have a chance.
Definitely, I think, yeah, as you mentioned earlier, both pairs unfortunately missed out on the win in their semi-finals, but will both be looking at the pair they've got on court and thinking that they can definitely take this now. I think Brandon in his semi-finals really stepped up, especially in the mix, but also in the doubles. He played really, really well in both events, so I think he will be, hoping to try and get a win on the board here.
Yeah, it's interesting too, isn't it? Because I think in terms of the pairs being evenly matched, their styles are quite similar. You've got the big hitting Brandon Yap, looking to take the mid to rear, if you like, and try and hit down, use that attack. Rowan Clark with his skills in the forecourt. It's the same for Manchester Badminton. I knew Dan Kemp when he was 12, 13 years old. We used to train together up in Yorkshire. And he's playing today with Dan Font. He is a physical specimen these days. He's still a teenager, but it looks like he's ready for a UFC fight, Dan Kemp. He's got tons of speed, tons of power, and he's got the experienced Dan Font, who loves getting into the net as well, alongside him today. So it's a very sort of even match in that respect. Definitely.
No, and as you say, Dan Font, a lot of experience, and from the matches that we've seen him play so far, definitely loves playing in front of the crowd and getting some cheering behind him. So I know he'll love it in this arena.
Yeah, and like you've said, both Brandon and Dan Font were excellent in their mixed doubles too today, weren't they?
They were, no, definitely, and yeah, both really. Brandon, again, very similar, enjoys playing in front of a crowd, enjoys getting the crowd involved, so I can understand today why he is really pumped up and ready to go.
Well, that's our resident Ellie down there hyping up the crowd. She's building the atmosphere. She'll be on court interviewing the players, as she has done all day as well. Our umpire, Mr. Suapnil, is going to get this match and this NBL final underway any second now.
Yeah, I think Rowan will maybe be a little bit disappointed with his performance earlier. Just took him a little bit of time to get the feel of the hall and of the court and of the shuttle. So hopefully now he's got a match under his belt.
Manchester
he'll be ready to go.
Badminton, represented by Dan Font and Dan Kemp. And on my left, Saxon Badminton, represented by Brandon Yap and Rowan Clark. Saxon Badminton reserve, Rowan Clark to Dan Font. Love all, play.
Well, it is Clark to begin the match on serve for the Saxons. You mentioned he might not feel thrilled with his performance earlier. There were a few mistakes, especially around the forecourt. You could almost see his dad, Anthony Clark, the legend of England badminton, Anthony Clark, in the coaching corner, sort of rolling his eyes at times, couldn't you?
Always tough having your dad as a coach. I've definitely given my dad a lot of grief over the years in that coaching role. So yeah, always a tough one.
Service over. 2-1.
Well, a tight start, a nervy start for both. Yeah, he's another player, actually, I thought today in the men's doubles, open doubles rather. Dan Kemp, again, around that short, sharp stuff in the forecourt area. Just struggled a little bit. We can't question his athletic power from the back, but when he's called at the front at times, I think he struggled slightly earlier, but the opposition earlier also were terrific, weren't they? And really caused these two pairs problems.
No, exactly. When you're playing, a pair of that calibre that is really keeping the pressure on, is just increasing the pace by that little bit, you're always on the back foot. And so, as mistakes start to creep in, unfortunately. Brandon doing a good job here at just mixing up the serve and keeping the Manchester pair on their toes for that return. Definitely one of Brandon's better skills at that serve.
That's well played, Clark and Yap. I like the way they were trying to hold the net there.
Again, if they know of Kemp's attack at the back, they're going to be looking to make sure that they don't give away that lift very easily.
Well, look at the power. It's gone long. It almost clipped Rowan Clark on the way through, but...
Yeah, he did well to get out of the way of that, actually.
He did. Terrific start to this open doubles match.
Again, Brandon using another flick serve there. I don't think he's played one short serve yet, which is interesting and potentially a tactic that they've discussed before and at the start of this match.
7-1.
It's doing well for them at the moment with a 7-1 lead.
Yeah, that serve, I think Dan Font had got onto that early enough. But with Clark pushing forwards, Saxon's looking strong at the start, 7-1. What a pickup.
Oh, that's lovely rally. Really, really lovely block there from Brandon off that Dan Kemp smash, and then giving his partner the attack there. And a timeout called by Manchester.
That's an early timeout.
No, probably a good move at 8-1 down. You just want to, have your coach come in, and especially on that return of serve at the moment, it's definitely putting the Manchester guys under a little bit of pressure at the start. So they need to think about how they're going to respond to that.
Yeah, I think the importance of not letting that scoreline run away. It's not like your typical match where if you feel like you're so far out of it, you can almost breeze through the end and allow the score to fall away, knowing you can come back in the second. It's not like that here. Every point counts towards that totaliser. Colin Howson, the coach for Manchester Badminton, clearly aware of that situation, wants to make sure his players are in the right in the zone for this match.
No, that timeout potentially just stopping the Saxons guys in their tracks a little bit as well, which might stop that run of points that they were on. Manchester boys just can't really get into these rallies, these flatter rallies at the moment yet.
Yeah, Dan Kemp there just gesturing towards the far side of the court. I think he perhaps would have done well to turn the shuttle cross instead of taking on the challenge in the mid-court. Again, Saxons looking very comfortable.
Just the Manchester guys here are really struggling to return Brandon's serve. He's mixing it up so well, and it's definitely a strength of Brandon's, his serve return. But the Manchester guys don't really know what to do with it at the moment.
Another flick serve. That is brilliant.
Lovely turn by... it's another great rally, all started by the great flick serve again. It's all about that serve return at the moment for this match, taking them to 11-1 at the moment.
What a turnaround it is as well over their performance this morning. You have to give credit to Johnny Torgerson and Vishnu Pallela, who came together as a pair and were brilliant in that open doubles match first thing this morning for Loughborough, but it doesn't seem like Kemp and Font have really gelled at all today. I mean, the scratch pairing, that has to be difficult. Dan Kemp coming in at the last minute because of the injured Max Flynn.
12-2.
You haven't had to serve very much. It's easy to not yet have the rhythm on serve.
Again, doing really well at getting on the net early there. The Saxons team are really dominating this net at the moment. I don't think they've really given away one lift to the Manchester pair yet. Again, an unforced error there from the Manchester pair. As you say, just struggling to get that feel for the shuttle and the rallies at the moment. And 14-2 up, this could be quite damaging when you're talking about every point counts.
Game point. How many chances is it going to take for Yap and Clark to close this game out? Oh,
that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, what a shot.
No, that was a lovely way to end that game, and again just shows how confidence can play a part in just relaxing and getting into the game. He really looked uneasy in the match this morning because he was under pressure, but that rally just showed it.
15-2.
Yeah, loads of confidence. Rowan Clark growing in confidence, I think. 15-2, and whilst the taking the game feels good and is important, that scoreline, that 13 points lead for the team already is
those points on that scoreboard are nice.
An incredible first game by the Saxon players. They've taken a massive lead going into this second game. Now the main thing is just a few bits of margins. They're getting them below the tape. They're forcing those Manchester players to hit that shuttle upwards. And that's the biggest difference here. And that's what I'm expecting to see more of from the Manchester pair in this second game. Forcing the Saxon boys below the tape, hitting that shuttle up. But I must admit, Rowan Clark has been dominating this game with his skills, twisting and turning both players, and I'm expecting to see more from him in this second match.
full of words there of David King, our resident know-it-all. He's been great today, David King, getting himself around, talking to players, talking to fans. He's been talking to us as well.
Second game.
His thoughts there on
Love all.
how this one is panning out.
Play.
Pressure on Fonson Kemp.
That will be the start that they wanted there. Just try and get a few points on the board and start to relax into these rallies a little bit. They're the types of errors that Rowan can't get back into. We saw a few of those this morning, but that first game here, there was none of those, so he needs to try and keep that quality up. Another unforced error there from Brandon. Just giving the Manchester pair here just a little bit of confidence to get into it.
Yeah, so 3-love starts. Scoreboard's just catching up there. Nerves all round.
Service over. 1-3.
Yeah, definitely. All four players just having a few errors creeping in here as they start to feel a little bit of pressure after that first game. There's that attack that you talked about from Dan, just really taking advantage of that shorter lift.
Yeah, off one leg. It isn't the greatest length, but that power and pace coming from Dan Kemp, too much for the Saxons.
Manchester pair here just getting a few points on the board, and the coaches at the Saxons just telling Rowan and Brandon just to be a little bit calmer, just play the rally, be a bit more patient, I think.
That's a lovely backhand drive from Rowan Clark.
No, finding the space on that block and then following it up nicely.
2-5.
Good work, Brandon Yap.
Oh, it's a good rally, fast and furious. Oh, and around the back there from Kemp.
What a terrific rally. both pairs turning it around. Makes the mistake with a big smile on his face anyway. Everybody in here enjoyed that.
No, some really great defence and driving there from both pairs.
Little tweener from Dan Kemp as well.
Yeah, he'll be pleased with that. That'll give him a little bit of confidence.
Moment of magic, Rowan Clark with that deceptive backhand return.
Yeah, I think that's where Rowan's skills lies, and some of that trickery there. Really showing off his racket skills.
Yay.
Well, a few words from Mr. Clark in the coaching seat to Rowan. He's passing on the message to Brandon Yap. Through the legs defence. Oh.
He tried to get out of the way of that, I think. Realised it might have been going long, but no, couldn't do it quick enough.
Well, in a venue like this, it almost feels like an exhibition now, this second game, doesn't it? There's been some trick shots, there's been some shots through the legs from both pairs. Just gets sniped with that final shot.
Oh, and a dive there from Kemp. Straight back up, though. Another through the legs.
Rowan Clark did well here not to clatter into the net post and the kit boxes.
I think that's 3 through the leg shots in 3 rallies there.
Oh.
Queuing up at the end to make that finish, Yap and Clark. Just narrowing that gap.
That's more like it from the Manchester pair. Really trying to get on that net earlier and take advantage of that. That's what they weren't doing in the first game.
Service over.
Yeah, when Dan Font gets into that forecourt area, really has to convert. And like you said, we haven't seen enough of that, especially in the opener. Kemp into the net.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be happy with that. He was in front of the service line for that, so yeah, should have been able to take advantage of that shot. Brandon mixing up his serve nicely again.
I was just about to say, that drive serve, it really is changing. Even when he plays short, he's using the width of the court quite nicely on serve as well. Lots of variation.
Absolutely, and I think he's one of these players that's been trying and work out this spin serve that a lot of players in the Far East and Denmark have started to try and use as a little tactic at the start of the rally.
Yeah, let's take a look here from Brandon. Might be a flick, of course. He's flicked a lot. Drive down the middle instead, but still very effective.
Definitely, and no sign of that being a fault. He's keeping it low, but still managing to get that really flat. He's in this match so far. The number of points that he's picked up from the Manchester team just not being able to return that serve. I think that's been the game changer in this match so far.
Yeah, our service judge Ian seems pretty happy today, doesn't he? No problems. How did that come back?
I think all players had stopped then.
Rowan Clark still grinning as he continues the rally. Oh, what a shame, Yap with the backhand into the net.
No, I think everyone had expected that rally to be at the end, but Dan just managed to get a racket to it.
9-7.
Manchester just keeping a couple of points ahead here.
Well, that's not coming back anytime soon. Half court lift. Brandon Yap with the power.
Service over. 8-9.
Two of the hardest hitters in the NBL, I think, Kemp and Yap.
No, definitely. It was always enjoyed playing with Brandon. I always knew when I played mixed with him that as long as I got on that net and got them to lift, then I could just stay out of the game for the rest of it.
Service over. 10-8.
My tactic was always serve well and duck. Yeah, that's well followed up there by Clark.
Yeah, touch of reverse as well, just to control the pace of the shots, or make sure it doesn't go too far back. Find that empty space.
Back within 1 point here, which I think has been the closest that they've been in this match. So, yeah, coming back into it at the right time here.
Crucial points as well for Manchester after that opening game. Much better from Dan Font.
Better from Dan Font. You can see Brandon is annoyed with himself for that shot selection there. You can see as soon as he hit it, he knew that was going to be, going to be taken out by Font.
Out. Service over.
Well, after that terrific work at the net,
10,
serve
11.
just catches the tape, falls short. Lifeline in the second game, giving Yap and Clark a chance to try and close this out in 2.
Again, still a lot of flick serves from the Saxon pair. That was, as we mentioned, definitely must have been a tactic discussed at the start of this match to think about, pushing that flick serve and keeping them both away from the net. Another service error.
We've seen a lot, haven't we, today from both pairs?
11-12.
No, and it's definitely not those points. They can't be giving 3 points away in a game from service errors.
Yeah, perhaps it's been unfair to Yap and Clark there, because I think more of the faults have been from Dan Font and Dan Kemp on serve.
Another flick serve from Brandon.
He was there, read it like a book, Rowan Clark. Oh, that would have been special.
He did. He anticipated that shot on his forehand. You can see he's a little bit frustrated with himself there. They'd been on the attack so well in that rally.
What a block from Font.
That takes us to match point for Manchester, who've done amazingly well to get back into this game after the first game.
Game point. 11.
Game point. We're not getting ahead of ourselves too early, Caroline.
Another service error. I think that might be 5 in this game.
Well, if Font and Kemp can turn this second game into a win, we'll have that shootout, a 5 point or first to 5 decider. They've done it. 1 game all. We're going into that shootout. What a turnaround after the opener. But,
I don't think anyone would have guessed that after a 5-2 in the first game, 15-2.
And that's with all those service errors in the second game from Font and Kemp as well. So this really is a bit of a topsy-turvy match, this open double so far. The scores are crucial. 5 points for the awarded shootout, but let's see if we can grab David King for a second, just to see what he thinks about the match so far. It seems very up and down, David.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, the Saxons just took their foot off the pedal a little there. I think they were really dominating the front of the court in that first game, but then just foot off the pedal, a bit of run of points from Font and Kemp, and then they just took that second set. The start of this final game is going to be big.
Yeah, it is going to be big, and of course the scores they've earned so far will count towards their totaliser. So it's 27 for Saxons, place 17, 5 points, no matter what the score is here, for the win in the shootout as well. So it's going to get back on more of an even keel. I thought it was going to go all Saxons' way moving into this, what will be the second match coming up in a few moments.
Final game. Shootout to 5 points. Love all.
Right, here we go. Shootout for the first time in this final. That's a great defence there from the Manchester pair, keeping in that rally.
Oh yeah, and again from Brandon Yap, smash.
Lovely smash down the middle there, just causing a little bit of confusion between the two Manchester players.
Yeah, we know he's got that power, that pace, but it was the direction, wasn't it? Splitting his opponents in half.
Definitely, always a great tactic in doubles to try and hit down that middle of the court.
Well played, Dan Font.
Yeah, Brandon did well to cover that then.
Well, Font just backing off, expecting Dan Kemp to fill the gap, but they were very late when they just, again, another sign of they don't play a scratch pairing, don't play together that much.
No, definitely, and Brandon saw that and saw that gap at the front of the court and took advantage of it there nicely.
The finish from Dan Kemp as well, by the way.
Thank you.
That's, I think, the third or fourth dive we've seen in this match from Dan Kemp. He's going to have a few bruises and grazes tomorrow.
Service over. 1, 2.
So Manchester just getting a point on the board here. That's a lovely shot there.
Brilliant. So well spotted, that space. Good technique, finds it with the forehand as well.
Definitely, Brandon and Rowan had both committed to that left-hand side of the court there, and yeah, Dan spotted that gap. There's that smash at the right time. That's when he needed it.
They look like they're actually now starting to settle as a pair, don't they, Font and Kemp? They haven't really until late in that second game. We've got another coaching interval. Of course we'd have one at 3-2. It's crucial this, whilst the scores stand at 27-17 in favour of the Saxons. There's 5 points at stake, not just because it's a shootout, but the winner of the match gets those 5 points, which can be crucial to the totaliser.
No, either pair's game here, 3-2, first to 5. Just need to stick to those strong basics, serve, return, third shot. No unforced errors in those first few shots of each rally.
Three, two, play.
Well, no extra points in this one either. That will be 5 points for the winner.
It's a lovely return from Brandon there. Got on that so early and straight down towards the body of Dan Kemp. He had no chance to react to that, hence managing to nip his partner in the back.
Never nice. 3-all here.
Well taken there from Brandon.
Just a tiny bit loose from Dan Font, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Brandon was on his toes there, starting to bound forward, ready to take that on at the net.
4, match point, 3.
Just briefly at the start of that replay, we saw where his base was. He had a lot of ground to cover at that short speed. 4-3, Yap and Clark with a chance to take these extra 5 points.
Good drive serve there. Been working the whole match, so why change it? A short lift.
That's playing singles. Brandon Yap, they've done it. Saxons Badminton with a 5-3 shootout. Take the win for the match. They've got their game scores. They've also got 5 points for taking the win. It was a very up and down match, but very exciting nonetheless.
It was, definitely. It was after that first game, you definitely wouldn't have guessed that going from 15-2 to turning it round to 15-12, and then again start of that shootout looked like it was going Manchester's way, but No, Saxon's pulled it back after that timeout. So,
Match won by
as you
Saxon
say, very up and down
15,
and creates a little bit of a gap after the
12,
first match.
15, 5-3.
Well, I think the scoreboards in the background are going to change in a moment. 23-32, I make it. Saxon's Badminton still in the lead. We're going to Ellie down courtside with Brandon Yap and Rowan Clark.
And what a way to start finals night. We've got these two back down on the course. Guys, what an incredible match we had there. Saxon's Badminton coming out on top and getting those points early. You must be buzzing with that result.
Honestly, yeah, absolutely buzzing. Especially to come out first as well. Like, the nerves were there, but we managed to overcome them quite well, I think.
Yeah, you definitely put those nerves to good use there. Smashed it. Rowan, honestly, how are you feeling? I know the adrenaline must be pumping.
Really tired. Like Brandon said, quite, I don't know, it was like nervous when we had a really good first set and then it started to be a bit on and off in the second, but got it together for the third and it was really good.
Yeah, you most certainly did pull it together, getting those points on the leaderboard nice and early. Give it up, make some noise for your first winners from Team Saxons.
Well, the story of the match, I mean, it was very up and down, Caroline. It was so one-sided in the beginning for Yap and Clark, but a fight back from Manchester and really have sort of leveled out that scoreboard. It could have been difficult for the team to come back at all, but I think they've done a pretty good job there.
No, definitely. I think that, as you say, they turned it around after that first game, and I could see when they were walking off court there, just them shaking their heads to their team. So they obviously feel a bit disappointed after that comeback of not being able to take the win. But yeah, it could have definitely ended up a lot worse after that first game. So I think they should be quite proud of themselves for turning it around and taking it right to the end.
Well, we've seen Manchester Badminton today come from behind to get back into a winning position in their semi-final earlier against Team Skyfall. They'll have to do it again. The scoreboard still hasn't changed here inside the arena. It's still reading 17, but I make it 22 points, place 32 moving into the next one. But it's your event up next, Caroline. We've got the women's singles, and just a word first of all, I don't know if you saw it, but Abby Brooks from Manchester was so impressive.
So impressive, yeah, definitely not a girl that I've seen play or seen much of, but no, she came out against Freya there and just really took on the atmosphere and the occasion here and stepped up, and no, I'm really interested to see how she can do the same against Leona, who's obviously been the Saxons MVP for a couple of times now.
Yeah, she has. It might be, I think I've heard that Freya Redfern might not be at sort of full match fitness, if you like. She's fit enough to play today, but she's been off. Not sure if it's illness or injuries. I think it's injuries. But still, Abby had to go out there and get the job done. So we're going to see that in a few moments' time. We're going to get to our second match in the fixture, which will be the women's singles. That's just coming up in a couple of minutes. there is Abby Brooks making her way down the stairs off the stage in the Alexandra Palace. Second match-up in this NBL final. Coming out for Manchester Badminton. Terrific performance earlier in the semi-final against Freya Patel Redfern, but she's up against one of the strongest players, Caroline, in the NBL. You mentioned MVP. Leona Lee has got some terrific stats. She's been incredible this season.
She has. She's really stepped up for the Saxons team on both the singles court and the doubles court, like we saw her in the semi-finals. No, she's been playing really confidently. Unfortunately, had to miss one of the matches earlier in the year because of a small niggle and a small injury, but is back playing on great form now.
Well, one of the biggest things with this format and where every point counts is the stat that gives us biggest points difference. And over the entire NBL, Leona Lee has a 61 plus, 61 plus, if you like. Points won versus point losses, the highest of anybody in the NBL. That just shows her worth, and that's in, like you said, singles and doubles as well. So she's really been important for the team.
No, we saw it earlier. When she's winning by 5, 6, 7 points per game. So yeah, you can understand how her points difference there is so positive.
Well, young Abby Brooks has got a tough test ahead as Saxon's badminton lead. It still says 32-17 on the scoreboard. Maybe that is right. It's yeah, of course, Saxons won, didn't they? Saxons won the shootout. That's why it is. So that is correct. 32 plays 17. That's already quite a big deficit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's what we said. It's how it works when actually you lose one of the games 15-2. It just from the start creates that big gulf, which is going to set Manchester Badminton up on to be the chasing team for the next couple of matches.
The teams want to feel your energy. They want to hear that noise. So Ali Pally, let's raise the roof. Let's make it the loudest venue in Britain tonight. We're watching Britain's best. Ali Pally, make a racket!
Now, as we said earlier, Leona, current national champion, winning the English nationals against Freya Patel Redfern that we saw in the semi-final earlier. So yeah, it will be really interesting to see how Abby copes with this final. She's obviously the underdog, which is always a nice situation to be in. No pressure, but she will definitely be hungry after her win in her semi-final today.
Yeah, before today, Abby Brooks had only played in that one match for Manchester. It went one game all. She did win the shootout. The overall points difference was around even, so it was a big surprise, I think, for the performance we saw earlier. The way she managed herself mentally, I think, I was so impressed with against Freya. A young player, but textbook sort of technique. I think when she grows into her own style, we might then see a really strong player from Britain. I think she's Scottish originally, Abby Brooks.
No, that win earlier today, this afternoon, will definitely give her a lot of confidence. As you say, it's her first outing in the NBL here, so getting used to the format and how it works, and the crowds being so close to the court. But obviously didn't faze her earlier today, so hopefully she'll be able to continue on that.
We were impressed earlier, weren't we, at the start of the day with Leona Lee's sort of resilience. It wasn't necessarily getting that great length all the time, but she just dug deep and her consistency was so high. It really made a difference.
No, it's definitely something that I've seen from watching her this season, that, giving away 3 points is something that she managed to, keep on top of. That is very rare. She gives away any unforced errors to her opponent.
On my right, Saxons Badminton represented by Leona Lee. And on my left, Manchester Badminton represented by Abby Brooks. Saxons Badminton to serve. Love all. Play.
So 32 plays 17 in favour of Saxon's Badminton, and Leona Lee off to a good start. Just that little reaction as she won that point with that smash tells you she's up for this.
Definitely, again, something that I think really works well with this type of crowd, when you see the player from the start really into the game, really taking every single point seriously.
Yeah, and that's going to be more of a common trait, of course, in badminton. The BWF have recently changed the point scoring system to 3 games to 15 instead of 21 as they are now. That means players are going to have to be very focused right at the start.
Definitely less chance for trying to catch up later in the game and having to kick off from the start, not giving away any early free points or allowing yourself to work into the game. Both players using some really lovely lofty high serves in here, which in this type of hall would definitely be quite hard to return, I can imagine.
Yeah, I noticed that in the open singles a couple of times earlier in both semi-finals when the player was in trouble. Actually, just putting some height, some sky under the shuttle was enough. Not just to recover, but also it caused problems, that shuttle coming down from a very high point, very vertically. Players couldn't do much with it in here.
No, in a hall that you're not used to playing in, that you've only played one game in so far, it's, as you say, given that extra height, it definitely puts, puts the player under a little bit of pressure.
Nice from Brooks. She's keeping Leona Lee a little bit late.
It's a lovely pick up there as well from Abby with that cross-court net. Really nice rally here. Both ladies using all 4 corners of the court.
She's just consistent, isn't she, Lee? Light on her feet. Keeps getting it back.
Yeah, just really pushing Abby under pressure there into her forehand corner. Really having to take it late and try and dig the shuttle out. Bit of an all or nothing shot there.
Yeah, just took one little extra step too, didn't she? She almost seems like her footwork timing wasn't quite there then from Brooks. Good finish in this rally though. That's not coming back. 6-1 the lead.
Really pushing her from the back round the head corner right to that front forehand corner, making her move all metres of the court. That's where Leona does so well, getting up high in that forehand corner. She's jumping up, she's taking it early. You look at her action, preparation, and that punch clear, and then that slice, and you wouldn't know where they were going.
No, you wouldn't. Great technique. We've got a coaching interval being called for Manchester Badminton. Chance for Colin Houghton to have a chat with Abby Brooks. I was really impressed there. She looks very purposeful, Leona Lee. The serve, I'm going to put it as high as I can, and it's going to land into the middle of the court. The next shot, very flat, sort of aggressive punch clear. The next one, she had time. Okay, I'm just going to slice it across. It's not like they're the 3 best shots in the world that anyone can produce, but you put them all together, and it's hard for her opponent to keep up.
No, definitely. You can tell from these first 8 rallies here that Leona is controlling the pace. She's controlling the rally, and Abby's having to try and stick in them at the moment. I think that's what Colin will probably be trying to tell her here.
Yeah, a rare attacking mistake from Leona Lee.
Especially from one of her favourite shots, to that cross-court forehand slice. Time out there, just giving Abby a little bit of a rethink, and reset, and giving her a couple more points on the board here.
That's lovely. That backhand was lovely.
Yeah, again, really pushing Abby deep and flat in that forehand corner, and there just isn't much she can do.
Just terrific technique, isn't it? Very short backswing, almost no backswing. Just holds the shuttle and fires it into that corner so flat.
And just taking it so early. It's I'm quite sure I've said it before, but something my coach always used to instill into me: don't sacrifice height for deception. And Leona doesn't do that. She comes in and takes it so early.
That's better from Brooks. The penultimate shot, I think, did the damage, making Leona Lee late on the backhand in the rear court for the first time, I think,
Service over.
in the game so far.
4-8. Thank you.
Abby really using her height nicely to take that early and bring those shots down. Some really nice, accurate smashes down the line so far. A lovely net shot from Abby. Oh, that was a beautiful round the head shot there.
All or nothing shot, wasn't it?
Definitely.
From there, she looked very late. Gets that reverse. Terrific.
Service over. 9-4.
Yeah, there it is again. That was terrific from Leona Lee.
No, the languid movement and action there again really shows badminton technique at its best. Again, using that reverse action shot to really bring the shuttle down there and move Abby out of position.
4.
Flatter on the serve this time.
Lovely net shot again by Abby, really using the cross net nicely. Oh, what a great pickup!
That was a great rally. Shots coming from everywhere.
No, she took that shot so late there, and to be able to, just soften her grip and turn that shuttle at the net there.
Okay?
Look how late she takes it.
Almost off the floor. To control it, the pace as well, and get it that far wide, it was pretty impressive.
No, nothing Abby could have done about that, really. Sometimes you just got to put your hands up and say good shot.
Almost.
And Abby would have been willing that to go in the net there.
Service
I think
over.
she expected that shot.
5-11.
Lovely shot there by Abby. Really got up in her around the head there and took that early, short action.
6.
Yeah, she does have a
11.
nice sort of stick smash, that sort of clip down, Abby Brooks.
No, her coach Colin was very happy with that shot there. Leona losing that reverse again. That's worked for her a few times in a row here.
Service over. 12-6.
Well, it's 12-6. Leona Lee with double the amount of points of her opponents, and the team almost double in total as well at the moment.
Again, it's really great to see Abby like really celebrating her points at the moment and really seeing like she's digging in here. She knows that, again, the position that the Manchester Badminton in are, they need to really take every point they can, and you can tell that she is really giving it her all.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it, in a match like this? She's probably the underdog. The job will be just to try and keep with Leona Lee as best possible every time it counts, and give her teammates a chance later on in the fixture to be able to recover.
Definitely. She'll know that some of her teammates have got a really good chance in some of these later matches, so as you say, just keeping in there and just clocking up those points. That's a lovely drop shot though from Abby, again taking it in really high. Lovely attacking play there by Leona. Really taking those shots around the back of the court and the rear of the court high and pushing forward and pushing onto that net to finish
14,
it off there at the front.
Game point 7.
Well, here we are, game points in the opener. Leona Lee, well deserved. She's showcasing all her talents in this NBL final. Tried a little bit too much.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, she knew that she only had 1 point left, and it's often the hardest point to get.
8-14.
It's that kind of thing. Whilst it looks like an innocuous moment now, she almost gave away that point because she just thought, I can do what I like here, it's all over. Later, the team might pay for that.
Yeah, you never know. The match could come down to 1 point.
15-8, the opening game. Leona Lee in the women's singles against Abby Brooks. Saxons
First game
now
won by
47
Saxons
points to good
Badminton, 58.
against Manchester Badminton's 25. One more game to go, at least in this one. If Abby Brooks can turn it around, we might see a shootout. It's looking unlikely at the moment.
A really dominating performance from Leona Lee in this first game, giving Saxons a really strong lead at going into this second game. Now, something Leona Lee is doing really well is deploying this lovely forehand slice. Forehand slice is when you cut across the shuttle, and what it means is she can look like she's hitting this really good straight smash, keep the same swing speed, but because she cuts across the shuttle, it goes off slightly towards the left and it slows down through the air, which means it's forcing Abby much further forward than she's expecting, but she's also got to look, one, for that straight smash and now this cross slice. What I want to see more from Abby in this next game is trying to control the game a little better. It feels like she's being run around a little by Leona Lee. I want her to start the rally off in a strong position and try and dictate play a little more.
Big thanks to David King there with the expert review of what he's seen in game one. You'd have to agree with that, Caroline. She has got lovely technique, not just, I think, from those rear corners, but also at the net too. But that slice has been devastating, both the forehand and the reverse from underhead.
No, definitely. She's been really showcasing all of her skills, as you say, from the rear and forecourt. And yeah, David was exactly right. Leona is dominating the pace and the tone of this match at the moment. And yeah, Abby needs to try and find something to switch that up.
There was a chance. Well played. Brooks closing out the points. Good touch.
Service over, 1-all.
Again, Leona really pinning that forehand corner of Abby's, waiting for a slightly shorter return and then using that reverse slice again.
What do you think about Abby Brooks' footwork here? For me, she just looks a little bit too eager to move, so she almost splits before the optimum timing and has to then take an extra step. I think it's eventually just slowing her down slightly at times.
Yeah, and some of it, I don't know how much she's played Leona before, or individuals of Leona's quality, so some of it will just be getting used to that timing and pace of the rally as well.
Right. Good pick up.
It's a great rally here from both ladies.
Well, that's going to keep David King happy. Abby Brooks there actually starting to dictate the play a little more from the start, challenging, I think, Leona Lee for perhaps the first time, really, because it started off quite neutral and she really took control.
No, really did well to take those shots at the back then and then stepping forward to really try and take that shot early at the net as well. It's very easy to sometimes hit those shots and just take that split second to watch where it's going, but always hit and move, and she's doing that really well. Great pick up there from Abby, down on her knees.
Oh, look at the touch though from Leona Lee, showing so much composure. Just sliced under the shuttle with that sort of backhand push almost. It was almost a net shot.
Service over, 3.
Yeah, I think that word that you use, composure, definitely sums Leona's way of play up nicely. She always looks very composed on court at any point in the match. Never really looks flustered at all.
Oh, lovely shot. That's a lovely shot. And well, that's something you know quite a lot about, isn't it? Being the managing director, is it, of VU Mobility Group? Obviously, helping sponsor the event here as well. You can see it written on the back of Leona Lee's shirt there as well. Psychologically, I mean, yes, I'm not talking about the charity being used in badminton per se, but psychologically it's so important here for these
Service
players. Isn't it?
over.
No,
4,
definitely. And
3.
I think we spoke about it earlier today that often when you get to a certain level of sport, the physical attributes only sort of increase small percentages at a time, if that. But the mental side of it, of keeping calm, of managing your nerves, managing any anxiety and stress, it's often what makes or breaks a match.
All.
Got a good length of that backhand clear in the previous rally, Abby Brooks.
Beautiful shot there from Leona, nearly finding
Service
the line.
over.
Again, that
5,
showcasing that forehand
4.
slice again. It has been quite devastating in this match so far.
Hard fought rally. Abby Brooks really having to dig deep.
No, she is definitely doing well here at starting to read Leona's punch clears a little bit more, able to just take it that little bit earlier at the back, giving her a bit more of a chance. I think we saw those in the first game and she was taking them so low. So yeah, maybe starting to read some of those shots from Leona now.
Yeah, I liked what you said earlier. She hasn't played Leona before. She wouldn't have seen all these sort of skills coming necessarily. And until you play somebody and you sort of understand the
Service
timing
over.
of the shots,
6, 5.
then maybe you have to wait a little bit more with your footwork. And I think that's what I was getting at earlier, is that she's perhaps a little bit impatient or expecting something to come, but because Leona's skills are so good,
Yeah.
you can't afford to do that.
No, definitely. With that type of racket skill and deception, you've got to wait until the shuttle is struck before you then, as you say, split and move. That's really nice work with the crowd there, really pumping her up.
Yeah, wonderful slice drop shot from Brooks.
Service over. 6.
Defence,
All.
first of all, shown in that replay, and that slice was lovely.
Another little errors there creeping in, a couple that we don't often see from Leona, but again, it's Abby at the back is just taking the shuttles that little bit earlier
Time
and
out.
able to just
By
control
Saxon
that pace a
Badminton.
little bit more, making Leona have to really push for the corners.
Yeah, another time out here. I think this time it was the Saxons that have called Leona over for a chance. Anthony Clark down there with Lisa Curtin and Leona Lee. It's been promising this second game, hasn't it? Abby Brooks is impressed.
No, I think this is the first time Abby's been in the lead in this game as well. So yeah, she will be again taking a lot of confidence from that. You can see her getting really pumped up with every point that she's winning at the moment. So no, she'll be enjoying the second game a lot more.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
I saw in that replay, just watching Abby
7,
Brooks
6.
there, almost every shot overhead
Play.
is like a clip. She never follows through with a racket. It's lovely technique, very short swing.
Yeah, and it's probably really hard to read when you look at her preparation and action. She takes her racket arm quite wide.
She does.
and
It looks
quite
a little
square
odd,
on.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a very different
6.
action, and sometimes those actions are quite hard to read. So as you say, with that short racket action when she's hitting it, it doesn't give Leona much time to react.
Well, she's lost the point, Brooks, but she is starting to look a lot more confident out there. I just think the quality and the consistency
Service
of Leona
over.
Lee
7, 8.
will see her through this when it gets to the sort of crunch time of the match.
No, Leona's so good at just making people play that extra shot. She gets to that and scrambles those ones back, and often ends up being. Oh, it's a beautiful shot there from Leona again. That slice.
I don't think she could have walked over and placed the shuttle any better than where this landed with the type of shot she wanted to play. That was
8.
gorgeous.
All.
But no, I tend to agree that Abby's pace has upped in this. She's really trying to look to push Leona to those corners and not just scrambling around to retrieve Leona's shots. She'll be frustrated with herself for that error, though. They never want to give a return of serve error away.
Yeah, we haven't seen many unforced errors actually in the entire match.
No, both ladies been coming out with a lot of really great winners.
Yeah, well played, aggressive from Lee.
Yeah, pushing her to both sides of the corner. Again, using that slice really nicely in the middle of that rally to pull Abby out of position.
10,
There
8.
with that long, deep lunge to recover from that.
A little bit of frustration on the face
Service
there of
over.
Leona Lee. First time I think we've seen that.
10.
No, she was up nice and early for that net shot. She would have been, yeah, frustrated with herself there. She had all the time in the world to get that over. It's a lovely net there from Abby.
Pretty good length as well though from Lee.
Yeah,
I thought.
retrieved really well.
Yeah.
That's a lovely shot there.
Well played, Abby Brooks. She is starting to dictate a lot more in this second game.
No, Abby playing Leona at her own game there, really pushing her flat into her forehand corner, really getting Leona out of position for those two shots back to the same corner, which often is, yeah, very tough to retrieve.
Well, 10 all. And when every point counts, that's clever from Lee again. Those racket skills, just holding Abby on base in a short action overhead, or to put it over Brooks's head rather.
Yeah, definitely. Abby would have been expecting Leona to take the pace off that at the net. So yeah, really took her out and to the back of that court. And again, a really good length from Leona. Thought that was going out there, but
Yeah.
Abby hit it.
Oh, really grafting now, Abby Brooks. Leona Lee looked to be in full control.
Yeah, wry smile there from Leona, but she'll be inside kicking herself there. She was dictating that rally and had Leona on the back foot.
Got to think anything down that side of the court on the back end there for Lee would have been a winner.
Again, another net shot, just the pressure just creeping in here, but really nicely taken by Abby there, taking that net nice and high.
12, 11.
She's kept her nose in front, 12-11. Still 21 points difference in favour of the Saxons currently in terms of the overall fixture.
I think Abby might have heard David's interview in between the games, because she is definitely doing exactly what he said, of mixing up those shots, adding some pace, taking the pace off it where needed as well. And yeah, it's meaning Leona can't predict where it's going to go.
Route one this time for Leona Lee. Half a chance. That's a bit of pace to the shuttle. Still trailing. Just by 1 point.
Service over. 12, 13.
Yeah, this is where that composure is needed at this point in the game. That's well up from Leona.
Wow. Great recovery from there.
That's a lovely shot by Abby. Really nice.
That's delicious, isn't it? Perfect placement too. Lee nowhere near it. 1 point away from forcing this shootout.
No, she's happy with that. Her teammates are happy with that for
Service
sure.
over. 14. Game point.
Really held
12.
nicely. Oh, it's a beautiful shot again.
That is brave, isn't it? She's facing game points. Off the return of serve from the back line, goes for that slice winner.
No, I think that's one of her favourites, so probably one of the shots that she feels most comfortable with, and yeah, has a lot of confidence in. It's definitely done her well in this match so far, with a number of winners.
Service over. 30,
1 point
40.
in it again. Interestingly, moving to a low serve there for the first time in the match.
That's good from Brooks. She's taken the second game as 1 game all. Yes, Saxon still have the advantage both in the fixture overall and in terms of the points scored and won in this match, but
Second game won by
she's forced to
Manchester
decide
Badminton. 50,
if she can go
30.
on to win
1
that
game
shootout.
all.
That's an extra 5 points for Abby Brooks and Manchester Badminton, and I think that might be crucial.
No, definitely. Abby definitely took the right approach there. She came in, she started mixing it up. She was starting to read Leona's game from the rear court a lot better. And actually, it was Abby that was coming in, taking that net, holding it, and pushing it into those rear courts. So, yeah, definitely a change from the first game. And again, showing no nerves on the occasion. Abby, she's again loving the atmosphere, and yeah, you can tell that she's enjoying every point now. Right, here we go.
Final
Shootout
game. Shootout for 5 points.
number
Love
2
all.
of the match.
Play.
So the scores on the scoreboard, those 2 games played so far, they count towards the totalizer for each team. This is for a 5-point bonus. This is for the winner of the match. 5 points go to the winning team. It's currently 40 for Manchester, plays 60 for the Saxons.
Service over.
Great
1.
first start from
Love.
Leona there. Again, lovely shot from the back and following it in really nicely to the net. Again, beautiful footwork.
Yeah, it was nice control, wasn't it? Because it looked like she was late to realise, actually, I can come in and kill this, and then just tidily put it away.
Brave leave there. That wasn't out by too far,
Love.
but yeah, very brave at this point in the game.
Nice shot.
It's a lovely net shot, but again, a really great lift from Abby. This is a great rally.
Good clip
great
down,
dive.
Brooks is on the floor. Wow. Great rally to win for Leona Lee. Brooks giving it absolutely everything to try and create something for Manchester Badminton.
She did, ending on the floor there, but putting absolutely everything into it there, as you say.
Yeah.
She was not going to give up on that shuttle there.
Thank you. Change, please.
Yeah, here we go. There's the desperate dive. Whole court wide open. Comfortable in the end for Lee, but you can't fault the efforts here
3.
of Abby Brooks.
Love.
in
No,
this final.
again, making your opponent play that extra shot, you never know. You never know what might happen.
Oh, that is beautiful.
That's what we like to see. That's definitely some of that skill that Leona's got. Just held that till the absolute last minute and then
4.
turned her
Match
opponent at the
point.
net.
Look at
Love.
this double action here from Leona Lee. For love, it's match point. Leona Lee erupts with a 5-0 victory in the shootouts. Saxons take the women's singles, take the extra 5 points as well as the points scored by Leona in the match. A healthy lead now, they're looking
Match
strong
won
for
by
this.
Saxons
No, that
Badminton.
is how you
50,
play a
8,
shootout
13,
right there.
15,
Becoming
5,
confident, you
love.
control, you make no mistakes. That was definitely how how a shootout should be done.
I think we've got to give some credit to the fight from Abby Brooks as well today in this final. She really gave it all, didn't she?
No, she absolutely did. You could tell that she was loving being out there as well.
Well, Ellie's down there with our match winner of the women's singles, Leona Lee. Let's see what she has to say.
Well, with 65 points up on that scoreboard, I'm joined by Leona Lee from Saxon's Badminton. What a win there, Leona. Just incredible. You must be overjoyed with your play there.
Yeah, I'm very happy. She played really well in the second set. She got a lot of speed. And then I thought in the shootout, I just had to up the pace a little bit more and then be on top of it.
Yeah, it really was neck and neck, and it's been quite the day for you lot today. Crazy, crazy games going on down on the courts, and you've got another match coming up shortly, is that right?
Yeah, I've got doubles the last match on.
Well, go on, go take your rest time while you can, Leona. Give it up one more time for Leona Lee and Saxon's Badminton. Now, whilst we prepare for our next game down on the courts, we want to give you lot a chance to win today. Remember earlier on, we were talking about our special sponsors from Badminton. We want to give you a chance to win an exclusive badminton shirt. This is how you will be along with this national badminton. The luxury of an extra program, or even the luxury of an extra program. That's all the programs.
Match 3 in the NBL finals, final between Manchester Badminton and the Suffolk Saxons. A favourable lead so far, 65-40 for the team from the south, but the north are looking to fight back here.
And coming next, let's bring
Dan Fon and Lizzie Tolman take on Brandon Yap and Chloe Dennis.
Badminton, it's Brandon Yap and Chloe Dennis.
Brandon coming off that win in his men's doubles, so bringing with him a little bit of confidence. I was saying to Bobby earlier, George, that when Dan walked off after that doubles, he looked a little bit despondent, a few shakes of the head. So what might he have done just to go and reset in between that last game?
No, of course. It's been probably a slightly frustrating day for him, to be honest. I feel like he's played well in patches, played really well in the mixed actually, which is why I might give them a bit more of a favourite in this one, because like I say, Rory Easton and Stella are a formidable pair for anyone. And
do you like red or black?
I think they played
Red,
really well
black
against them. I didn't expect them to do as well.
It's red.
I think this is a slightly lower level of opposition, still very high.
Can't receive which side.
But I think this match is finally. I think he's going to really fancy this one. So I think it's his last chance. He was so close in that doubles. This might be the one where it turns around for him.
No, definitely. He's really going to want to try and get that W in this game. And as you say, he did an amazing job against Estelle and Rory in the semi-finals. So we'll take a lot of confidence from that. And Brandon, I think today for the Saxons has been, one of the more outstanding players actually. He's really stepped up in the mixed and doubles, and I think I said it earlier, but he's one of those players that really does love playing in front of a crowd, so he will be enjoying his last match on court here today.
Yeah, it's something not everyone would enjoy, but it does bring the best out of some people. John T. Russ today lives for that crowd. He's fantastic. It does elevate the performance sometimes. Obviously he's an all-action player, big smash, big drives, big personality on court. I think that helps him, whereas you got Manchester a little bit more refined, a little bit more quiet, but still a very formidable player. Lizzie is playing ridiculously well at the moment. It's really nice to see, having grown up with them and playing with them and then around them, just be flourishing so much. And obviously Dan, at one point in time, top 100 in the world for doubles, 130 in the world for singles. What a pedigree.
No, he definitely brings with him a lot of experience, and as you say, Lizzie at the moment really doing amazing in her women's doubles and mixed. So will probably be the stronger at the forecourt on the court today.
Yeah, what can you tell us about the two girls then, sort of the skill sets and kind of where the edge is going to lie with them?
Yeah, so Chloe, her serve return third shot is always really strong, and she's one of those players that really wants to try and turn that defence into attack. So you will see a lot of crouch defence from her and looking to move into that net, allowing Brandon to really come behind her. Again, I think very similar from the matches that I've seen from Lizzie, a really strong defence on her and really always looking to push that net. So I think the real key in this match is going to be which lady can really get on that net first and give their male partner the lift for that attack.
Of course, the tie firmly in the balance. Still 3 to play, all to play for. And 2 great games coming up after this as well.
On my right,
it all starts here in the
Manchester Badminton, represented by Dan Font and Lizzie Tolman. And on my left, Saxons Badminton, represented by Brandon Yap and Chloe Dennis. Saxons Badminton to serve, Chloe Dennis to Dan Font. Love all. Play.
The Saxons kicking us off here with Chloe serving. Well watched by Dan there.
Yeah, great lead.
Service over. One
kick things
love.
off. Chloe Dennis actually played the most matches in the whole competition out of anyone coming into the finals day. 9 matches, more than anyone else.
No, she's been a really key part of the Saxons team. Yeah, playing
Service
every
over,
home and
all.
away match, and really stepping up and playing mixed and ladies doubles when needed as well.
Yeah, 4 wins, 5 losses, and 214 points for, which was among the highest in the top. That was joint second actually coming into today. So yeah, a real workhorse in this team. Really been there. You need foundational members to be there throughout. You know, good players to be playing all these games. Obviously, they do switch out because of schedules and things like that. But yeah, it's really key to have good players consistently there. It just really helps your chances. I'm sure other teams might be looking back at potential games, thinking if we had a full team that day, we'd have been the finals day. So every little helps, of course.
Well left from Brandon there. Just putting a little bit of pressure on Lizzie at the net.
3,
trying to entice her to play back to the net to him. Oh, it's a short lift there.
Yeah.
But he dealt with it well, really controlled that shot. That was.
I feel like Dan's got better throughout the day. Every game has added to him, and yeah, defensively as well. He's got so much better from the first game where he was making quite a lot of errors on defense. Now he seems to be getting everything.
A little bit of indecision there from Brandon. Thought it was going out the back, but yeah, realised he had to try and give it a hit.
Yeah, that strong defence you mentioned there just looks really technically sound from Lizzie. Just no sort of issues. It's just no matter the pace, that experience really coming through.
Brandon and Chloe now have played a few games together, including the semi-final this afternoon, so that will definitely start to help them feel a little bit more comfortable as a pair. That's a lovely shot from Brandon. Yeah. Really seeing the gap in the court there and taking advantage of it.
Service over.
Yeah, Lizzie and Dan played one game together against Loughborough. I went to a shootout against John T. Russ in the league phase, and yeah, today would have been Max Flynn instead, but Dan's coming. I mean, how many games did he play today? Every game has been like an epic, and even the one he lost in straight games, it was still a really hard game, so he's got some serious mileage out of today.
No, he's definitely got his money's worth today, that's for sure.
He must be absolutely knackered with this heat as well. Especially for someone who doesn't play full time. Gonna be feeling this one tomorrow and a couple of days after.
Yeah, there's going to be a few aches and pains, I reckon.
He's at that age as well.
That's really good pressure from Brandon there. He was really trying to pin Lizzie in the defence and push him forward, putting more and more pressure on until that mistake was made.
Yeah, really powerful in any shot he chooses. The drives are really, really eye-catching.
Service over. 7-5.
Chloe, the commentator's curse there, where I mentioned that she had a really strong serve.
It is. It's a real thing. It exists.
Yep. Note to self. Oh
wow.
Service over.
Just going back and forth here. Don't often see that. 2 service errors in a row.
Yeah, just a little scrappy so far. I think it's not quite gelled as of yet. Maybe a little bit of fatigue setting in. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too loopy there at the net from Brandon, giving Lizzie that chance to really step in and take advantage of that.
8-6. Out.
Another service error from Manchester Badminton.
Service over. 7-8.
Yeah, she won't be very happy with that. That's a couple of 3 points essentially.
No, as you say, just everyone just a little bit uncomfortable at the moment.
It's a little bit of sticky atmosphere, just not quite. The energy just dropped a little bit in the room. Need a couple of big rallies to get it going again, but the quality's still very much there.
That's a lovely rally from Brandon. Really taking that mid-court high on that block, getting that lift, and then the smash down the line to end the rally.
He does look $1 million when he gets up in those situations. See the replay here as well.
No, look at the height he gets.
Yeah, it's a good height.
Nice shot from Lizzie there. Stepped back, took it early, and again saw the gap.
9-8.
Only 1 point in it still here. A little bit of confusion there between the Saxons players.
He looks very determined to get this one over the line down
10-8.
As you say, he'll be wanting to finish the day on a high after the effort he's put in.
He does deserve it. He's played so well. Been really impressed. Although most people just spar singles against him. It's seen him as a doubles player now. It's obviously got the skills to do so, but yeah, it's
service over. 9.
Another service error there from Lizzie, which isn't often the case with with her. Usually has a really strong, consistent serve.
Is that 3 now? That's that's pretty telling. The reason why this game is as close as it is, maybe.
That's really nice anticipation there from Brandon. Again, that push down the line into the mid-court, steps up early, anticipating that shot at the net. at the moment, Brandon is really controlling these rallies.
In the first game. And another service.
Service over. 11.
That's
10.
5 or 6 across the game so far. Everyone just feeling a little bit of tension.
Seen more service errors in this game than maybe the last few combined. Oh my God!
And again, what is going on? It's doesn't often happen at this level of badminton. But hey, everyone feels nerves. In any sport, at any level, the nerves are always there.
Any more service errors, you start thinking it's a conspiracy. Have a 2012 Olympics.
Fault. Service over. 12.
Absolutely neck
11.
and neck.
Just doesn't seem that either of the pairs have really settled in yet to feeling comfortable in this game. They're
just too many errors, just not allowing the game to flow.
No one has really got a run of points at any point. No. It's just been touch and go, one back and one forth, and that's why, as you say, it's so close to 12 all again.
12 all.
But yeah, as you mentioned, Chloe Dennis being someone who played the most matches for the Saxons. Lizzie is someone who's been there as an ever-present essentially throughout the entirety. Been a real key player.
And that just drifted out the back, I think. Giving the Saxons the lead for the first time in a while.
Oh,
that's a lovely shot, and that's what I was talking about earlier about where really Chloe does excel.
14,
she always looks to try and crouch
12.
defence and take that initiative, and when it works, it pays off, and that gives them a game point here.
Yeah, that's her best moment so far for sure. Big points coming up.
It's a lovely shot by Brandon, just taking the pace off and putting that block in to give them the win.
Yeah, 15-12 in that first game to the Saxons. Scrappy affair.
First game won by Saxons Badminton.
A very up and down game there, but first game to the Saxons, as you say.
Game of service errors there, both players feeling the pressure. Now I just want to bring your attention to a little area both pairs are trying to utilise, this gap between the front court player and the rear court player. And what the goal is here is to get it past the front court player but force the rear court player into this slightly below tape position. Now what that's going to do is encourage them slightly forward into a poor position where they're below the tape, pushing that shuttle upwards. Both pairs are trying to utilise that, and I'm hoping they're going to do a little better in this next game.
So George, if you were the Manchester coaching team right now, what would you be saying to Lizzie and Dan to change up?
Get the serves over?
Yeah, but I think that would be stage one complete.
Let's get the root of that, because if we're being honest, what's that? 4, 5 maybe
Second
from their
game.
Side alone. That's probably the game
Level.
right there, to be honest, and it's a scrappy game.
Play.
So that was the difference in the end.
Definitely.
I think really just try and get into the game, because when you're playing a scrappy game, it means anyone can take it really. You're not really in control. So you want to try and get that element of control back. Just get back to your basic patterns, lay it off, they come at you hard, take the pace out, and get back to basics. But
and the service errors continue.
Some games
Service
just don't live up to all the great games we've had today. We're due one that doesn't quite catch fire, but there's still plenty of time to go. And We could I would like to see us get to a shootout here. I think that's what this game probably is heading towards. But yeah, it's so scrappy so far. But they'll know that when they're playing. They'll know that they don't want to force it anymore because it's already not flowing. A lot of short points still.
Service over. 2-all.
No, as you say, no sort of long, outstanding rallies at the moment. They're sort of short 2, 3, 4 shot rallies. And yeah, I agree. Manchester are definitely going to want to take this into the shootout because at the moment, 82 versus 54, that gap is starting to widen. So they don't want to have to put too much pressure on the last 2 matches.
Yeah, a lot of work to be done.
3-2.
2 great games coming up though, for sure.
Again, Brandon stepping up in that last rally, really controlling that rear court into the mid court and keeping that attack.
I do think for them, I think if he can just put the foot on the gas a little bit right now, I think because of the shaky foundations on this side, from the Manchester side, they could end up maybe steamrolling a good run here because it's so scrappy. They're the only ones really putting together any kind of shots at the moment. They're at least stepping up the court anyway, which, you know, they're making their own luck in that sense.
Bolt. Service over. 3-4.
Right, this is where, yeah, Dan and Lizzie just need to try and get a little bit of a run here. I don't think in the match so far they've managed to score more than 2 points in a row.
Oh, there we go.
Again, a short rally again. Just, yeah, everyone just still feeling a little bit nervy. That's a lovely return from Brandon. Forcing that lift from Lizzie.
Yeah, good shot.
Again, Brandon stepping up there, really taking control. Covering the full court.
Yeah, that was nice. The two guys trying to psych each other out there.
I think Chloe's got a little smile on her face there from how much Brandon's having to do, and then that drifts out the back. I think Brandon was playing singles there for a second, but yeah, Chloe stepped in and made the difference in that rally at the end.
Service over.
It happens sometimes that the male in the mixed has to be so energetic and always be on the move to help cover out, and where possible, yeah, sometimes you're going to play the net and get back and take the smash because sometimes the situation comes where it happens. You want to keep that attack.
Six, 4.
Oh, again, Brandon really nicely taking that net early and pushing the Manchester pair into that back rear corner.
7, 4.
Feels like the steam has ran out a little bit. Maybe from those long games today, they're going to take an effect at some point. Just lacking that energy right now, I think.
And do you think it would have made a difference, the fact that Saxons played first thing this morning and had a little bit of a gap?
Yeah, I was thinking about that before. There was a very quick turnaround for the 2 games, not just physically, but emotionally.
5, 7.
Through hell and back just to get to the final, Manchester, and I mean, you saw the celebrations. It was almost akin to winning the entire thing, which is never too good to get too high because you have to come back down again to play, to go again, which is the hardest thing. So, yeah, potentially they've looked a little sharper, a little more energetic. We saw with the 15-2 in the very first game in the men's doubles and the open doubles, and I think this is just the difference at the moment. Yeah, potentially.
Just drifted long again there, but you can see what Brandon's trying to do again. He's trying to step in and really take that mid-court early.
8.
As we mentioned, the Saxons team had the first semi-final this morning and therefore had a good 4 hours off during the day to just relax, probably go and have a shower and
I mean, when you say it like
eat.
that, 4 hours sounds a long time instead of half an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, maybe we can attribute a little bit to that, to be honest, but they're still fighting at 8-all here.
8-all.
They're not going away. I think that's one of the main traits of the Manchester Badminton the whole season, actually. Just never, even when there's bad spells in games, they just keep going. Really saw that in the women's singles. Fantastic. Fantastic effort from Abby Dennis.
That's a lovely shot there from Brandon. That jump out to his
Service
round the head
over.
there, really taking it so high.
9,
and that,
8.
yeah, that smash down the line. There wasn't much the Manchester pair could do about that. And again from Brandon, just controlling that mid-court there, taking the pace off it and setting his partner up so nicely.
Yeah,
10,
giving Dan not much
8.
opportunity there to find any gaps.
Straight into the body. of
Service
Dan.
over.
Might not be a service error, but
9,
it's almost
10.
as good as one with the kill that was offered up. It's a really important spell now. I think if Manchester want to win the entire thing, they kind of have to take this all away.
Oh, that is well left from Brandon there. That was very, very close to the line.
Service over.
It's by margins again.
11,
We're getting
9.
to that time now in the final run-in.
Yeah, Manchester need to try and hold Saxons here at 11 and yeah, turn this game around. Otherwise, that gap continues to grow.
Currently 91 to 61.
That's a lovely shot by Chloe. And a lovely follow-up from Brandon there. Chloe really making the difference in that rally, seeing that gap and really taking the pace off.
12.
Yeah, really
9.
solid mix play all round. That's almost as good as a rally as you can hope for from a pair.
Again, you see the height in that replay that Brandon gets at the back there.
Really good angle, really high, really awkward, really difficult to return.
Oh, Chloe just getting a little bit too excited there. She absolutely saw what she wanted to do.
Yeah, I was thinking she's just coming into
10,
I was thinking she's just coming
12.
into the game a little bit more. Just really fancied that one and just got a bit excited, yeah. Oh, wow. That's top class from Lizzie Tolman there. That's the experience. That's the top 50 in the world type of shot.
11, 12.
No, that keeps the Manchester Badminton in that. Look how tight that
Yeah,
was, and she is on that. Oh, that was a lovely retrieval from Chloe there.
Fantastic play again. The ebbs and flows have been so strange in this game. The quality is just starting to come out now though in the last 6 or so points.
And back to level pegging, 12 all there in the second game.
Yeah, that was good cut out.
That's a lovely shot from Brandon there, just taking it so high, looking like that smash was coming and just adding that reverse to take the pace off.
Service over.
Yeah, it just makes them think as well in the moment
13,
they're expecting the big smash
12.
and that comes. It's really hard to deal with.
No, you look at that there was, it just takes their opponents just a little bit off balance, a little bit unaware. And a beautiful serve there from Chloe at the right time, leaving them with
14,
2 match points here.
12.
This could be a significant moment in the match. Currently 94 to 64.
Out.
Oh, nervy serve there.
From a very good serve to a
Serve,
very nervous
serve.
serve. In
No,
2
that's what happens at match
14.
point, unfortunately. It makes the serve even harder, but they've still got a couple of chances here.
Manchester Badminton holding on just about.
Oh, it's a lovely shot from Lizzie.
I think the shot from Dan Fon has made that rally there. He's done that a couple of times today. It looks like all hope's lost and somehow finds a really strong
Service
defensive
over.
shot.
14.
And that leads the way
game
for what we
point
saw.
all.
Interesting, it's always interesting. Girl 7 to the goal. Will Chloe be aggressive? Wow.
And it's good retrieval from the Saxons, but that's gone out the back. So an amazing comeback from Manchester Badminton
How
there.
many times have we said that today?
Second game won by Manchester Badminton, 15-14.
Another tense
one game all.
with Manchester Badminton. David, how are you seeing this in the shootout?
I'll tell you what, the thing that's going through my head in this shootout is serve, because both sides have been struggling with their serve. Even more pressure ramped up in this shootout. I'm intrigued what's going to happen.
No, it's been so hard to call this one, hasn't it? It's, as you say, service errors in the first game for Manchester really put them on the back foot, and then we can see there how a service error from Chloe at that match point just gave Manchester that opportunity to get back into it. So
I definitely think the momentum sort of swung a little bit by Saxons. They stole that set, that game there. So sorry to Manchester. They stole that game at the end. So I think a little bit of momentum there might just give them that little edge at the start.
No, it will definitely be an interesting one.
You're looking back at that net roll that Lizzie did, kind of maybe the most important shot of that set. It was such an important time as well. And a shootout record again is really strong. I think it's 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 now. It'll be needed here.
Final game. Shootout.
Keep Manchester Badminton holding on, fighting on. Once
Lovell.
again.
Play.
First to 5 for the winners here.
Oh, that was going to go short, I think, but Brandon just couldn't get his body out of the way.
A little bit of luck on the way of Manchester Badminton there, but
that could be an important first point.
That's got to breed some confidence. Yeah, there we go.
It's just a little bit loopy there from Chloe, enabling Lizzie to really jump on that and take her initiative at the net.
It's definitely a really frustrating way to start a shootout like that, because it's just such a needless error, but it happens. They've got to rebuild now. Still plenty to play for like that. Big smash. It's always on for Brandon.
Service over.
Just needs half a chance.
1-2.
No, he really gets back to that shot nicely there. Another nice shot from Danfront there.
Just caught the line there.
Service over. 3-1.
That's been really effective in attack today. I've been really impressed. Can he help close them out here? There we go, 4-1. This game has been so strange to call.
Yeah, from 14-12 up, the Saxons team, they now see themselves 4-1 down in the shootout.
Momentum is key, and it's Manchester Badminton who hold on
Came
in
back
the finals.
from the depths there, from 3 match points down, managed to stay on and really dominate that shootout there.
How would you describe that match in a couple of words?
A roller coaster. It was, I don't think at any point we could have, decided who was going to win that. So
maybe a slightly faulty roller coaster
won by
at times.
Manchester Badminton.
It took a bit of time to get going.
15,
But the tension, the drama's still there with those final points. Really interesting match.
Definitely, and I think we're going down to courtside now to hear from Dan and Lizzie, the winners of that third match.
Well, Manchester Badminton were your winners there for the mixed doubles, and what a win, guys, pulling it together at that very last shootout. Lizzie, an incredible result for the team.
Thank you, that was a really close game. I mean, we were 14-12 down in that second set, but we managed to pull it back and try to stick to the tactics that were evolving, shall we say, but a really good match.
Yeah, I mean, you both make such a great team. What do you think gives you such a power dynamic duo?
I think because Lily does everything and I just help her out a little bit. But no, we work well together. We were speaking in between points to know what we were going to do and then trying to work on that. Like Lizzie said, it was evolving as we went on. So, it's nice to get a win for the team finally today. So, woohoo.
Yeah, getting them points. You two were very well deserved winners there. Give it up for Team Manchester Badminton. So don't forget, Ali Pally, make sure to get all your pictures, all your photos uploaded on Instagram today. Let's show the world what a brilliant time you're having here for the National Badminton League Finals. Get uploading, get tagging us on Instagram at National Badminton League, and we might be sharing your photos later on. We love to see that support, and we love to get you shared on the socials. So get posting, get uploading, as it is almost time for our next match. From Saxon's Badminton, go wild, go crazy, welcome in Charlie Castle.
Black, Charlie Corbett, you're black. Black. That side, on my left. Service on my left.
Well, match 4 in the final of the NBL. 2 matches to go yet. There's a 22-point lead for Saxon's Badminton at the moment, but we've seen some pretty exciting men's singles today in the 2 semi-finals, George. This one, I think, is set for a number 3, isn't it?
We'll see. I was really impressed with Charlie.
So Ali Pally, our warm-up is underway for our open singles final.
A lot of skills that
it's Cholan Kayan versus Charlie Castle, and it is all...
get out the line in the end, and I thought he was fantastic. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing Cholan again, because the value for money he brings is fantastic, and quite unlucky in that game. I thought he played really well in the 2 sets. Unlucky to come out not as a winner at that time.
Yeah, he did, but in terms of points scored, he did a pretty good job. It was a shame not to get that 5 points earlier after the loss to Nadine Dalby in that semi-final, but He helped get Manchester over the line in the semi-finals, no doubt. There's been some terrific performances in the singles for Manchester earlier today. I think the test is tough in the final now as they trail, and I wonder whether the pressure of that scoreboard as well is going to sort of play in Cholan Kayan's mind as he has to perform here. He has to get points on the board, and it needs to be a big win.
I mean, he stands as a favourite, of course, number 3 in the country, and the experience as well on his side, the world ranking, etc. But this will be a difficult test for sure. Charlie's proved already he's got plenty of quality, but I think Cholan's laser focused on the win here because he never lets Manchester down.
Well, that's good to hear. I have been really impressed with Charlie Castle as well this season. I think he's improved terrifically in the last sort of 18 months or so. We should be set for a terrific men's open singles match in this NBL final, and who knows if Cholan can take the win, it can close that scoreboard. It could come down to something rather special in the women's doubles to finish.
Yeah, that looks like a great game on paper. So we're hoping, well, Manchester side are hoping we can keep the game going, keep the fire going, and keep the tension going as well, because we've had it all day. Every game has had that element of real nervousness, and yeah, it's been brilliant, and we just hope it continues because it's been a long day and the crowd's been brilliant, of course, the players have been brilliant. Let's hope it continues.
Yeah, what a fantastic arena to have to stage this kind of event as well. So here we go, moments away from the umpire introducing our 2 open singles finalists here in the NBL.
On my right, Manchester Badminton, represented by Cholan Kayan. And on my left, Saxon's Badminton, represented by Charlie Castle. Saxon's Badminton to serve. Level. Play.
Well, Pradeep, our chair umpire, finished with the introductions. Just wonder how important the start of this match is, George. It looks like both players are set for a slightly conservative, cagey kind of open.
Yeah, as I was saying on the broadcast before, Cholan's very much a guy who likes to play his way into the match. He's not someone who comes out and gets 5-0 leads by hitting 5 winners. He's someone who takes his time, he feels his way into the game. Even in the short format, he still finds a way. Even if it's say 6-4 down, 7-4 down, whatever, he will happily be in that position. As long as he's settled into the game and found his rhythm, he's more than happy to go the long haul and eventually turn it in his favour.
Yeah, looks like it from the style of these opening exchanges. It's a good rally.
Yeah, they will be. They're going to be very well put together rallies as well, really using all 4 parts of it, all 4 corners of the court. Cholan will be just unfazed, completely unfazed by any of this. This is what suits him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to play it. We heard earlier from Sean Kelly and Lizzie Tolman in their win in the final match to the women's doubles. That they didn't want to look at the scoreboards. They want to go out there, focus on the shuttle, and not worry too much about the occasion or the score or the fact that it's a cumulative effort with the totalizer being as it is. Just wonder how... oh, that's lovely from Charlie Castle, but Kayan was there. Yeah,
good badminton all round.
2-all.
Let's just see that again.
Terrific touch of the net. Did well to get that back, actually, Castle.
There we go.
Like you say, constructing the rally almost more important than that final product, and Kayan there making Castle late on the backhand.
Yeah, he looks really comfortable here, Cholan.
He does.
I think he feels the confidence of that he is the dominant player here. And the experience of the game so far as well.
Service over. 3-all. Service over. 4-3.
Nationals was the last time these two met. The round of 16 match. Cho and Kai coming through in straight games.
Ball.
Well, the head-to-head reads interestingly 3-1 to Cholan Kayan, but the match that Charlie Castle won was 2015, going back 9 years in the under-12s of the. I've never even heard of this event, the Margaret Tipton Under-12 Boys Juniors, which was a one-game shootout by the looks of it. 21-15 to Charlie Castle on that day, but even then, 12 years old. One game lasting 23 minutes. That, I mean, supposedly, imagine that went to 3. That's well over an hour for 12-year-olds. I mean, that just goes to show the sort of strength in their minds of how to play this game, how to play the long game.
Yeah, it's been there from the start. Not sure we can put too much on that game for how it fares out here, but known each other a long time.
I wonder if they remember that match.
I'd love to ask them, yeah. But they're writing new history here today, of course.
Yeah. More recently, of course, and the ones that matter, 2 meetings at the English Nationals, both this year and 4 years ago in 22, a quarter-final and a round of 16, both in straight games, both to Cholan Kayan, which perhaps you'd expect, George.
Yeah, a big competition where Cholan had to perform, and he did on that particular occasion. Tough round of 16, though.
Well, fairly even in styles by the looks of it, at least in my opinion from what I'm seeing so far. I think Cholan perhaps has a more aggressive gear to go into, like you said, if he needs it. So far, quite evenly matched.
Yeah, it's something I'd like to see more from him. I would like to see him just up the gear now and again, because he's got fantastic defence capabilities, but he does have a really good attack as well, and he doesn't use it quite as much as you see other players do.
Yeah, very patient in style. A good run of points. Charlie Castle, that's at least 3, maybe 4 in a row. Aggressive return of serve, perhaps the serve quality should be questioned.
So, yeah. But he needed that. He needs just a little freebie just to get him back on track a little bit, just get that confidence going again. But like I say, 8-6 is fine for him. He's happy to be in these type of positions.
Lovely stick smash from Cholan.
7-8.
Yeah, a little bit tentative overhead then, Kayan. Not the follow-up, however. Good defence. Whilst the score is only 1 point in it, George, you still get the feeling that Cholan is really dictating, but Charlie Castle comes up with something special.
Really good angle. Just seeing it on the replay. It's behind him almost. Not for the lack of trying.
Exhausted Kyan, taking ages to get off the floor.
So the server, 9.
He has been on the ground more times than anyone today, I think.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. That match earlier was incredible, wasn't it?
I'm just saying that I was thinking that the styles have really gelled. I think it's a really nice balance between the two. I really enjoy watching these rallies. But this is definitely a must-win for Manchester Badminton, looking at the ever-growing deficit.
Yeah, now 24 or 23 points.
8, 9.
That totaliser is creeping away, and I think the challenge here for Cholan, and this is why it surprises me that he's fairly safe in the way he's approaching the start of the match. You know, that conservative play. He can't afford to in the NBL today to give Manchester the best chance in the women's doubles. At the end, they've got to close that gap on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you can't leave them with a complete mountain to climb. There was a mountain to climb in the last match, don't get me wrong, but it was a bit of a smaller mountain. His analogies aren't quite going as I want to, but he's a steady player. That's how he gets his rhythm, and like you see, the attack has come through the last few points. It's there, and again, the variety he's shown there. Reverse drop, clip smash, smash down the line, cross smash. It's all there.
It is. We saw a lovely winner from Charlie a couple of minutes ago in that round the head position. That time in the previous rally it was Kyan's turn. That's short, but good defence. Terrific. One loose shot and he puts it away cross court.
11, 9.
How well do you know Cholan Kyan, George? Is you pretty close friends with him?
I guess since the NBL started this year, yeah, become a lot close. But obviously, when we were younger, he was part of the young crop coming through in the north. He was the youngest one, probably out of a few just in the year above, with Sid Palakau and a couple others, and you could always tell they had great technical foundations. Obviously, he was smaller and hadn't really gone through the changes yet to be able to compete. But yeah, you could tell, really strong technically. You know, one day when he grows into his body, goes through the stages, he's going to be someone who would be where he is now. So it's really nice to see him. Lovely guy as well, really hard worker. And that comes across in his game as well.
Charlie Castle into the net, and the previous point missing that net kill. It's just running away from him. There's some really nice characters in the sport as well, isn't there? I mean, I was chatting with Nadim Dalvi earlier. I was in Europe at the Badminton Europe Congress last year when he collected, in fact I presented his award for that terrific, almost trick shot. Some really nice characters in the sport.
Seems a really likeable bunch of young players right now. I think the whole culture in England's changed. I think there's a lot of young guys all competing at similar levels, pushing each other on. And that's only going to be good for everyone.
Well, Cholan Kyan, 13-10, 2 points away from taking this opening game. But Charlie Castle's really digging deep.
That's a really good defence. It's a really difficult skill to turn it from the side, from the angle that Cholan's got, back to the middle, and you'll see it here now. Really difficult skill.
Thunderous smash winner from Kyan. Castle tried the variation on serve. That was explosive. Brings up 3 game points.
Game point 11.
That would have been lovely, wouldn't it? If that had come off.
It was Very ambitious, but he's got it in the locker. But I think that's an expression that we haven't really seen. I'd say that's an elevated expression. It's a very bold thing to go for. He's got the points in hand, of course, but great invention.
Yeah, absolutely. This time he gets the job done. 15-12 in favour of Cholin Kayan, and Manchester Badminton closing that gap. The totaliser scoreboard on the stage, just very slightly. A long way to go yet, though.
Now the beauty of this format with the totaliser, where you add every match's score together, means every single point counts. And that is what's happening down there right now. Going into this match, Charlie Castle's definitely the underdog. He's lost the last 3 times he's played Cholin. But for him, a win here for the team is staying as close to Cholin as possible. And he's only dropped 3 points in this first game, losing 15-12. But for them, that means they've still got a really good lead. If he can maintain this going into the second game, it means the ladies' doubles have a really strong lead to take home the overall title.
Well, David King there spelling it out. What's at stake? 106 plays 87 on the team totaliser scoreboards. There's one more game left in this one, unless Charlie Castle can take us to a shootout. But even then, 5-point bonus and what looks like a Saxons Badminton healthy lead going into that women's doubles currently. Need a big score here, George, for Charlie Castle.
Yeah, no, for sure. The deficit has come down. Manchester Badminton will be looking to... I think the momentum really switched towards Cholin then. I think when we saw those results in the most recent meeting, I think that game was heading towards a similar type of thing. You really need to capitalise now and give these girls in the final match a less difficult task, which is already a difficult task.
Oh, lovely. Wow. From both players at the net. This is aggressive from Charlie Castle. A great start to this second game.
I love the energy from Cholin, even in defeat of a point there. He's so annoyed at himself. And it's a great rally, but that's the fine margins that he's striving for.
It's a great rally, but like you say, look, he's bouncing around after a net cord from Castle. All he could do is scrape it back over. Yeah, that's the best he could hope for.
He does it most points he loses, to be fair. Nice, really nice control.
Yeah, it was. That was difficult.
Yeah. Really delicate stuff. The nets from Charlie have been really impressive, actually. I think they're quite well matched at the net.
Service over, 1-all.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Service fault called, too high.
Well, we don't see many service faults in singles. There's been a few today.
1.
That was Gurav, our service judge, calling that one.
Three, 1.
21-point deficit at the moment.
Watched it all the way.
4-1.
Ryan with a quick chat with Colin Houghton, the coach. What do you know of Colin, George?
A lot about Colin. A fantastic coach, and not too many people know about actually down south. He doesn't really leave the nest, so to speak. I wish he did, because he does a lot more plaudits for a lot of the players that he's put through. Of course, I could name countless people from Cheshire and Lancashire. There's a lot of great players. He played a big hand in developing them. But it's more the mentality that he has, that he breeds into players.
Good rally. Under real pressure then, somehow. Cholan Kyan going fishing then, switching his feet, looking for that lift, didn't come.
It's a good rally again. Nice. Yeah. That's his bread and butter.
He just wore him down, didn't he?
Yeah. He loves to do that. It looks like he enjoys that more than he enjoys that more than a smash winner in 2 shots.
NBL fans filling up the Alexandra Palace.
Play on.
Oh, that is brilliant from Charlie Castle. The composure he showed there to play that net shot under real pressure from Kyan coming in.
He's done that a few times actually. He did it once in this game and it was killed by Cholan, but he did it against Johnny Torgerson in the first game, and it was at a really delicate point as well. He's definitely got that in the locker. It's really, net play will always be hugely impressive in singles.
Yeah, well played. Oh, he's furious. Charlie Castle convinced that was wide. I thought that was wide. I don't know about you.
I think it was wide as well, yeah. We got a pretty good angle up here.
Yeah.
Looking down.
Service over.
Seems to get a look here.
It'd be tough to see from that one.
Well, even then it looked wide on that replay. Closer there. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a shade out, but that's a rub with the green you get sometimes.
Yeah, he's got to just take that on the chin and get on with it.
Very frustrating though from Charlie's side.
5-4.
So yeah, Cholan really needs to find a way to put his foot on the gas. Can't be risking a final set shootout.
No, you're right. I mean, if that was the case, and if Castle came through it, really, that really put the nail in the coffin.
The variation has been brilliant in attack all day, I think, from Cholan. Part of why he was able to win in the Thomas Cup against world number 46 from Malaysia. I thought his best ever career performance.
Look at that. That was lovely from Castle.
He's never out of it, is he? He makes you work for every single inch.
Service over. 6-all.
These players here today coping with the conditions in here really well, aren't they? Because, I mean, it is hot, isn't it? I mean, it's hot in the city, it's hot across the country. It's very warm in here, very still. You look at the audience and there's a load of people waving fans in their faces. It makes me feel like we're abroad somewhere in Asia.
Very sticky atmosphere in here. The players don't get the fans, they just get more heat. Forcing it a little bit.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Maybe the whole narrative right now of the match just getting to him a little bit.
He was right on the back line when he went for the attack in the first place, but then to come in and try and spin the net at that speed, sometimes you just got to accept that your opponent's played a good shot and play it safe instead. It's getting a bit nervy now.
That's a chance, that one. No one's really been able to really take the game by the scruff of the neck at the moment, where there's chances to. But yeah, the nerves again. We saw it in the last match. It's definitely evident here now.
It's in. Fist pumping for Charlie Castle.
Service over. 9-7.
21-point deficit for Cholankayan and Manchester Badminton.
Needed that.
Service over. 8-9.
Such fine margins at times, aren't there? It just teased itself on the top of the tape for a moment.
10-8.
Oh, very late decision from the line judge. I thought that might have stayed in court. Cholankayan equally furious with the call.
Wait for the line judge to call before you celebrate. Pen, down.
Well, let's see if we can get a view here.
We can go to VAR.
11-8. Play.
Don't know, it's difficult, isn't it, from there?
I don't know having a shade out, actually.
The fact that the line judge took quite a long time to call it tells you it was close enough to be in doubt. It would have definitely been in review if we had something like Hawkeye.
That's a great lift.
Good backhand, yeah.
Wow. Frustration's creeping in now. Happening for probably about 6-7 points now.
Momentum really with Charlie Castle at the moment. 12-8 lead in the game.
It's been a long day, but it feels like we're in the sort of end sort of game now. It feels like we're in the, this is it. This is the deciding kind of moments.
I think if you'd have offered Charlie Castle 12 and 12 at the start before the match, 24 points, he'd have taken it, or would have at least been fairly happy. He's got the opportunity here to go much further.
Yeah, agreed. It is a team game after all, and that would have definitely done the job. Wow. Not going away just yet.
Service over. 9-12.
Still feels like more drama to come.
Good slice.
Very short, but a lift, the net again. Really key for him. All of his success comes from that.
Thank you.
Well, Castle 2 points away, but Cholankayan still fighting back.
10-13.
Like you said earlier, he want to avoid that shootout, George.
Looks like we're in risk of going to it though, but we've seen all day Manchester Badminton in perilous positions. Doesn't mean anything. They found a way.
Wild from Kayan. I think that was a bit too ambitious. Really hunting the line. He's handed a game point, well, 4 game points to Saxon's Charlie Castle.
Really impressive set.
Service over. 11-14.
Well, we don't see many service faults. We don't see many service mistakes, really, in singles either. Great attack. Cholankayan fighting back into his second game.
Oh, they almost played better around the 13, 14, 15 marks.
Yes, true, isn't it? He's impressed more in the last few points than perhaps the middle part of the game.
I think maybe that the easing into the game has been a real issue. Maybe at this point in the competition, you know, you think if you're giving away maybe 5 or 6 points at the start, you know, that makes a big difference at the end.
Still 21 points between the two teams in this final. Good net again. Oh, that was a chance. That was a big chance.
Oh, that was a real opportunity, and a timeout called at a very crucial time.
By Saxon's Badminton.
Wow.
Well, Clarkey, I think I was chatting with him earlier actually in an interval, and he said, I asked him about that women's doubles timeout that he called earlier. His team were 2 points away, and they were running away with it too, and I thought, well, why break that momentum? And he reminded me that they've been in this position through the NBL so many times. They've been at game point, they've been just behind it, and they've kind of lost focus and sort of thought they'd won it and let points sort of creep away unnecessarily. He just wants to make sure his players are fully focused for what's coming here. How important it is now for Charlie to take one of these next potential 3 points. 2 points. Yeah, 2 points. One of two he needs. Good block. Comfortable looking block. Sherlyn Kine right back in at 14, or anything could happen.
That's the experience. That's a lot of big points played. See how eager Charlie was to finish it. Obviously the error before, he was hell-bent on that one being the winner, but...
Yeah, it just goes to highlight as well. I mean, he was slightly off balance, he was too ambitious, went for a shot that perhaps would put him in danger, and it did. Sherlyn Kine comes back, that backhand lift over the top into empty space. Charlie Castle makes no effort. 15-14 in the second. Unbelievably, from that position, Sherlyn Kine's come back and taken it in straight games.
He'd probably happily start the game 14-11 down every set. Manchester Badminton, the kings of the comeback.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. What a day it's been for comebacks for Manchester Badminton. They've closed that gap to 13 points. If I'm right, Manchester Badminton in their semi-final had a bigger deficit going into that last women's doubles and won it. And won the entire thing in the semi-final. They look like they'll have to do the same thing again here, George.
Yeah, I'd say, again, they're favourites to win. But it's very difficult.
Well, we're just going down to Ellie courtside with Sherlyn Kine for a quick chat.
Well, Sherlyn, another fantastic win there for Manchester Badminton. You must be overjoyed with that result. Some extremely tough rallying going on there.
Yeah, it was a tough game. Charlie played really well. But it's not over yet. I'm not going to celebrate yet. We've got the women's left. We're still trailing by 13 points. We're trailing in the semis, so why can't we do it again?
Exactly. Fighting talk there from Manchester Badminton, and that is what we love to see. Now, you've been down on the court yourself many times today. What advice would you give for our last match of the day?
Just pure passion. We're from the north, we're not ordinary, and we're here to win.
Well, that certainly is fighting talk. Give it up one more time for your winners of that round. It is Manchester Badminton.
What a brilliant interview with Sherlyn Kine. We're from the north. We're here to win. I think those feelings are shared by my co-commentator here, George Priestman, who's been jumping around as Manchester are fighting their way back into this final. They had a huge deficit. It was well over 20 points. It's been closed to 13, and every chance now it can go down to the wire. This women's doubles might actually clinch it.
It's so funny because you're watching those games unfold and watching the deficit be 20, 30, and you're thinking, is this over already? We're not even halfway through. And then when it actually gets pulled back and you look at it now with the final setup, you'd rather be Manchester Badminton heading into this game.
Yeah, fantastic. One match left in this NBL final. The scores are close enough for it to matter. Women's doubles coming up in a few moments' time. welcome back to our live coverage here, the NBL Finals Super Weekend. We've had both semi-finals played throughout the day here inside a very hot arena at Alexandra Palace. It's all come down to this. What an event it's been today. I thought for a moment the final was becoming quite one-sided. Saxons were running away with it. Sheldon Kyan there for Manchester got the job done over Charlie Castle in the men's singles, the open singles rather, I need to refer to it as. And they've given a chance, a lifeline for Sian Kelly and Lizzie Tolman from Manchester to come through from behind once more. They did it earlier in their semi-final against Team Skyfall. They'll have to do it again today, or tonight rather, in this final against Saxon Badminton, Leona Lee and Lisa Curtin. I'm trying to do the maths, George. George Priestman with me again here. 15-10 in each game should do it. Is that right, or am I a little bit off?
Maybe that 1 or 2 off there.
1 or 2 off there. It's close though, isn't it? 13 points total difference. So 6 and 7 wins, but they also get the 5 points for winning the match. So you've got to take that off, if you like. So it might be more like 15-10, 15-11. Getting the win straights is important, and we know they've done it as they did it earlier. You made a really good point about how much rest the Saxons team have had since their semi-final, which started at 11:30 this morning. It was all over by somewhere around 2 p.m. They've been sat off court for quite a lot, and I think normally more rest is a benefit, but actually you were saying they might be sort of buoyed in confidence because they're riding the high of that semi-final win, which was only a couple of hours ago.
I mean, you can look at it both ways. I mean, I'm looking at Manchester Badminton, who did the impossible in that semi-final and came back somehow, won by a point. The celebrations were, you know, like we've won the title.
Superb, weren't they?
They were fantastic, but you know, the emotion of being that high, having to have it was a half an hour, 40-minute break, then straight into a final. I think we saw that in the first game. It was 15-2. I think that was very much an example of the high of emotions, and to come back down, settle yourself and go again for an even bigger game, in which the Saxons have had a very nice lengthy break to process, watch their rivals, fuel up and get ready to go.
Bit more preparation, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know, you can see it both ways. I mean, they're certainly riding that high of enthusiasm from that win, which was only a short while ago, and of course these two are a big part of that. Sian Kelly and Lizzie Tolman have got to do it again here.
So these are the MVPs of the Manchester Badminton. Lizzie and Sian have been fantastic all season.
I think they might be, we were talking about it in the break, weren't we? They might be MVPs of the entire NBL for this year, these two players. I mean, there are a lot of contenders, there's a lot of different stats you can look at, but when it comes to the crunch, you look at it, they've got 5 shootouts between them that they've won. It might be more now actually after today, because that's just looking at match results from prior to this Super Weekend. That's a lot, they lead the record. So
it's actually, it's interesting you say that, because you've got Sian Kelly on 100% going up against Leona Lee 100% to win the title. I think that decides the MVP for me.
Leona Lee versus Sian Kelly. I mean, you've got to give Tolman a shout, because she's actually won 3 shootouts, which is the highest of any, and that was before today. So they might change those stats a little bit throughout the course of the day, but how reliable have they been? And a natural doubles pair compared to a singles player, Leona Lee, playing with Lisa Curtin. But she's been doing that brilliantly, to be fair.
Of course, but like, having a singles player can, because obviously the athleticism she has, the movements, the shots she can produce, that can be the difference that could maybe have, could be the edge. But
coming up with the unexpected slightly.
Actually, yeah, you know, the cross slice, maybe it's an unorthodox shot for doubles, but it can catch people off guard.
Lisa Curtin to Lizzie Tolman. Level. Play.
Well, Ian, our umpire for this one, getting our final match underway. He's supported by Ross in the service judge chair as well. There you go. Well, that's what you were talking about, coming up with that slice winner from out of the blue. It's the sort of unorthodox shots, isn't it? For a doubles player, I mean, you don't see that much. It's a risk.
Just call me Nostradamus with that one. I called that one very quickly. But no, it's a prime example. It's not something a doubles player would think when the shuttle goes up. Not that it would be the absolute key, but it's another weapon that's different to what you would normally see, which is what could be a difference.
Yeah, I remember the semi-final earlier. I think Leona Lee was flick served up round the head, and she came out with a cross-slice winner. That they've done it again. They're off to a flying start here, Lee and Curtin.
3-love.
Plenty of experience on the Manchester side, just to curtail this bright opening.
Service fault.
Wow.
Too high.
Yeah, Ross Smith calling the service fault. Lisa Curtin
gets them on the board.
Yeah. Oh, he had a lot of court to cover there. If that had crept over, I think Manchester were in big trouble.
2-3.
What we're looking at is the key elements here then. We saw it in the women's before, how much the attack from Sean Kelly was so key to victory.
I think they're playing it a little bit safe perhaps at the moment, Manchester. I think there isn't a lot of impetus and focus around the forecourt. Try the variation, Tolman. Didn't quite carry. 4-2 the score.
Yeah, a lot of clears in that though, just feeling the way into it a little bit. Obviously it's a big game, they don't need to absolutely pummel them in terms of the points. It can be a hard fought 2-game win. So there's no need to panic just quite yet.
Over. 3-4.
Well, that lead, 14 points, needs to be recovered within these 2 games. Just absorbing this attack, the Saxons. Good touch from Lee. There's a lot of communication, isn't there, between the 4 players?
There's a lot on the line. There's a lot on the line right now.
Yeah, just very vocal.
Very patient game from both sides.
Great setup. Lisa Curtin gets the job done. What a finish! Those 3 shots executed perfectly.
Service over. 5-3.
Lovely touch.
Yeah, fantastic finish. You got 3 of the biggest points, positive differentials on the court right now in the 2 Manchester girls and Leona Lee. 3 of the best in the whole competition, going head to head when it matters most.
All right, we're looking for an MVP then out of this group, I think. That's what we've been discussing. A little bit of luck off the net cord. Lisa Curtin, hand and racket in the air, an apology.
6-3.
Confident play though, Lisa. I like how she just held the shuttle and then went up the line.
Not the most ideal start, but as we've seen in Manchester Badminton, the momentum changes very quickly when they turn it on.
Yeah, Saxons just stretching that lead they had at the beginning. 17 points now. Leona Lee smiles as she misses what looks like a comfortable block to the net.
4-7.
A very welcome mistake for Manchester Badminton, though. A little bit of singles on a doubles court there.
Yeah, I think it was sort of prepping the shuttle underneath, and then she looked up and realised, there's another player on the other side of the net that I'd forgotten about. And she just sort of crumbled mentally for a second there.
Best rally from Manchester Badminton so far there. Sean Kelly igniting the attack again. First with the drop, second with a good angle smash, and Lizzie following it up. That's what they need to get back to.
Well, my colleague here, George, of course, a big rep of Manchester Badminton. You can excuse the slight favouritism. We've had Caroline Wesley in the commentary booth. Lizzie Tolman with the kill. This is better. Coming back, fighting hard here.
7-all.
Just enough shot quality from Leona. A lot of her drops, I always feel like, well, what a shame she's missed that, and then it just creeps over the net. The quality from her sometimes is just fabulous.
8-7.
Yeah, putting in a real shift, singles and doubles. Really impressive.
Yeah, she's worked hard today. And that's twice as well. She did the same thing in the semi-final, as did Tolman, featuring in women's doubles and mixed. In both semi-finals and today's final. Just missed times. That's backhand lift. Sean Kelly off the frame. A gift for Saxons.
Can't help but notice the score we're at. Coming in around the 9, the 10 mark. We were talking about those areas.
Service fault call. Too high.
The service fault call.
Service over. 8.
It's a couple, I think, for Lisa Curtin. Oh, it was Leonie Lee, apologies. Yeah, just raised that left hand at the last second to get the flick. I mean, she won't train for that all that often. That's the thing as well.
I guess not, no.
Calm play from Manchester.
Yeah,
going wide.
Really solid from Lizzie. Solid fundamentals and doubles.
Nine all.
Well, the Manchester bench, the team on stage erupting with the success of every point. Oy, that's a one she'll want to have another go at, Sean Kelly.
If there is a gas tank, it's time to put the accelerator down for Manchester Badminton. Deficit now at 13.
Well played, Curtin. Well, to move fast and then play soft, I like that. Oh, ambitious from Sean Kelly, you can see the idea.
Maybe the wrong idea to come in there. She's played a very unorthodox slice there because of her athleticism from a single. She's got round it. It's probably the wrong call to go in there.
Yeah, too ambitious. She was just completely convinced the drop shot was coming.
control.
I do get the feeling in this particular game, not necessarily the whole match, and slightly different to the semi we watched earlier, Sian and Lizzie just seem to be on different pages at times.
Yeah, slightly. I think the aggression that Sian has, she's always looking...
Yeah, she played that really tight net moments ago, got the lift for Lizzie, and then Lizzie cleared instead of attacked. I just think not quite gelling together in their sort of strategy.
They're both really, really solid front players though. Like, I'm not quite sure which is their best kind of attribute. I'm really impressed with what I've seen from Sian at the back, but I still favour both of them as being really strong front players.
Well, they certainly pulled it together in that semi-final earlier. And arguably, their opponents, on paper at least, I think would have been stronger in that semi-final than they are here. But credit to Leona Lee for stepping onto a doubles court and competing the way she has done this weekend. Patience wins the day here for the Saxons.
Service over 13-11.
Maybe, potentially just running out a little bit of steam here. Very long day, we're into the 9 o'clocks now.
Yeah, 15-point gap, good use of the middle, the clash of rackets between the Manchester pair.
14 game point 11.
New equipment required for Sian Kelly. I think she might have cracked the frame. Yeah, just there. Game points. Leona Lee and Lisa Curtin. Very low decision, Sian Kelly. Lee and Curtin and Saxons Badminton have a massive advantage now. 17-point lead, and they've taken the game. Sian Kelly, Lizzie Tolman need a good score and a win of the second game, and I think my feeling is they'll need to win a shootout as well to clinch this title.
Well, it all comes down to this. The race for the title is almost over. And after that game, Saxons have increased their lead to 17 points, meaning they don't need many in this final game. Can they finish this game off and take home that coveted title? Well, let's get back to the action and see what unfolds.
Well, it might be an unassailable task, George, looking at the scoreboard. 17-point lead. The game's only 15 points long. 15 love for Manchester puts them into a shootout with 5 points. So actually, they can win 15-2, 15-3. We're all having a deep discussion up here. 15-3 they need to win.
Second game, level play.
So we reckon a 15-3 scoreline gives Manchester a chance to win, and they have to then win the shootout, first to 5 points, which gives them that 5-point bonus as well for winning the match. But it's going to be tough, George. I mean,
Mount Everest.
It's impossible, isn't it?
They've been doing the impossible all day, but this is mission impossible.
Well, anything can happen in sport. little bit unsure up here in the commentary booth whether once and if Leona Lee and Lisa Curtin get those 3 points, that's all they need, or 4 to confirm it on the board in this game. We know they've won the title. We don't know if they'll play out the rest of the match. We'll find out soon enough. We've got Ross Blythe and our technical officials lurking around the venue. Have to wait and see, so stay tuned for the next few minutes because it might all be over. Into the net, Lizzie Tolman. That's 2 points for Lee and Curtin, and Saxon's Badminton will be getting close to making the job impossible in 1 or 2 points' time. Kelly staying focused.
5-2.
We really needed that opening game for Manchester, George, didn't we? It would have created a real spectacle if this had been close down to the wire.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been a spectacle anyway. It has been a great final.
It's been a really competitive final. It's been a long day, a lot of great badminton. The heat's taken a lot out of players, but yeah, we would have loved to have seen this really go the distance and give us a real special finish. So it looks like
we'll see it to the end.
Looks like we will.
Unless this is the point that clinches it if they get to 4, but all depends how good my maths is. I don't trust it at the moment. That's gone wide. 6-4 on the scoreboard. Now I make it that Saxons have won.
Nobody else seems to seem that way at the moment.
Nobody else seems to be sharing our views.
Got the handshakes on the Saxons team over there.
Perhaps all the maths are just too much for most people to get their heads around, including myself.
5.
It's too hot to be doing maths.
We'll play this out regardless by the looks of things. 124 plays 140, a 16-point difference. And only 10 or 9 points remaining. Well, we have just had it confirmed. They will play till the end of this match. We can enjoy the quality out there. Perhaps the players themselves don't know the outcome. You know, it's difficult on the fly to have worked things out. So maybe they all feel like there's a chance, and we'll see every effort. Let's hope so.
Yeah, they deserve to see it out. Of course they do. And that's a fantastic shot. That's the best of Sean Kelly there. Yeah, that's great.
Risky cross smash from Leona Lee, but like you said earlier, those unorthodox singles shots can be very effective.
Has that been the difference potentially? I mean, it's definitely been a real impact in this game. Not just once or twice, it's been a real consistent thing.
Service over. 8-6.
Just wide.
But in the topic of the MVP, I think that might have been decided.
You're saying Leona Lee, aren't you?
100% turned up in the final, 2 big wins. She ends the season unbeaten and potentially, I guess, champion now.
Well, we're pretty sure. We're pretty sure Saxons have claimed the title, but we're playing it out till the end. The team courtside on the stage, not quite on their feet, just enjoying the last of the action.
Manchester looking pretty despondent on their side, and off polar opposite of what we've seen all day from them.
In that case, I mean, if any team goes quiet, and it's Manchester, you know, they know what the result is, don't they? Sean Kelly clutching that left knee at the moment. She's in a little bit of trouble
8,
here.
9.
Small slip, perhaps.
Play.
Umpires just asking Sean Kelly if she's okay and able to continue. Especially given the circumstances, George, and we feel that Saxons have now clinched this. There's no point in Sean Kelly risking further injury if she is hurt.
Yeah, I don't know what the schedule looks like in the next week or two, but yeah, if the match is over, I'm sure you want to see it out though, just personal pride and all that, of course. The game's still in the balance in terms of the actual match.
Yeah, absolutely. Pride is at stake. The head-to-heads between them. Just having that edge the next time any of these players meet is important.
Well, I'm not sure two top doubles players would like to have a loss to a single star on their record as well. That's a big that's a big thing.
That's true. If they can win this game and win the shootout, at least they can say they won the match, even if they haven't won the overall fixture.
I think it's the only type of situation, an NBL, a short form game like this, is where this combination could work. I think a traditional match would breed a very different type of game, but for this format, yeah.
Bit of luck from Sean Kelly. Yeah, absolutely. That's the beauty of team events. I mean, we look at the Thomas Cup recently and all the flack that the French team were getting because they had to focus everything on the singles. You know, the Popov brothers were playing doubles, so you had to give them the gap in the schedule. They played all 3 singles up front, and because they're so strong, it meant the Thomas Cup, arguably for some, became a singles event. Great power from Curtin. I think that just surprised the Manchester defence.
9, 11.
Just wide from Leona Lee.
12, 9.
Just long. Good leave in the end.
10, 12.
It does feel
12.
like a very long day is nearing its end. It feels that way, and the energy in the room.
Yeah, I think this audience are a lot more well educated and understand that it's all over. It's almost
15,
going through the motions now slightly,
yeah.
until we get the chance to see the winners celebrate. Good pressure, and it might be that Leona Lee and Lisa Curtin actually clinch their second game. Take the match in straights.
13.
It would be an unexpected victory. I didn't see this coming, if I'm being honest.
Good clutch defence from Leona Lee. How often is she in that position? I suppose in the mid-court, in a singles rally where it gets flat, but that's not something she trained for all that often either.
Fantastic.
Your MVP, George, I think is bang on.
Yeah, that speaks volumes. That doubles defence from a singles player.
And the players themselves might know they've already won it. I mean, they don't have to sort of bust a gut. They can see this out, but they're still fighting hard, competing. Lovely. What a slice.
She's really, the second set, Lisa Curtin's been fantastic.
Yeah, she's been I think she was really good in the first as well, actually.
14,
Very solid today.
Match point. Wow. 13.
Well, match point, and certainly we know this. Saxon's winning in straight games is absolutely NBL finals point for these two, and it's gone long. Leona Lee and Lisa Curtin get the job done in the women's doubles. We've known for a short while that the season belongs to Saxon's badminton. What a terrific outcome.
Fantastic achievement from the Southwark Saxons. They really impressed me today. Come for a really tough game in the first against Loughborough, and somehow in this last game turned the odds against each other and come through straight games.
Well, that's tough there. Yeah, against a very tough pair as well, and Leona Lee known more for her singles too. What a terrific NBL she's had throughout and showcased today in semi-finals and the finals. And I think I'll have to agree with you now, George. I think Leona Lee takes it as the MVP of the event for this year, at least from our perspective.
Yeah, well, it's officially awarded up here. I wonder what David thinks about that.
Well, there are the teammates making their way down the stairs to join Lisa and Leona on court, the flags waving. We saw the big smiles on the face of the coaches, Anthony Clark and colleague. And the celebrations here in North London at the Alexandra Palace can start in a few moments' time for Saxons. I mean, we've had, George, two terrific semi-finals today as well, let's not forget. I actually think the semi-finals the finish of them was perhaps even more exciting than what ended there, but only because of the scoreline, not because of the quality. It's been a terrific day of badminton, hasn't it?
I mean, it's testament to what the NBL wants to be and is, because it's produced two incredible games in the semi-finals where the margins were so fine, top players firing on all cylinders, shock results, players playing out of their skin, out of position, out of partners, and still giving us a fantastic display all around.
Yeah, absolutely. Anthony Clark there talking with teammates, just discussing what they've achieved. I mean, I saw him earlier, we were chatting. He expected a Team Skyfall opponent in the final, almost making it through earlier, and I think his eyes would have lit up when he realised it was Manchester. It gave them a chance, and they ran away with it from the start, really.
Yeah, it did feel the momentum. Began with that 15-2 in that very first set of the very first match, and that really set the tone. I think Manchester were always kind of trying to catch up for the whole time. The whole time we're saying the deficit's growing, and in the end, it's just a mountain too high to climb.
Yeah, it got close, didn't it? But it all really started the first match in the final, that open doubles, that 15-2 deficit kind of just carried through the match, really. Yes, there were some ebbs and flows, but Saxons today stronger than the rest.
Yeah, a real credit to everyone involved today. The level that the audience has come down, and they've been really entertained in the heat on a fantastic bank holiday. It's gone above and beyond today.
It really has.
I'm sure everyone involved is going to be over the moon with how everything's gone.
It is, and we should say another big thank you to Badminton England for putting this on with their NBL partners, Franklin Wealth Management, and the league sponsors, Yonex and V Mobility as well, because it's been a great season. It's been a great Saturday here at the Alexandra Palace as well.
Definitely something to build on as well for the future.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of momentum behind the NBL and into next season. I can't wait for it to start already. It's a shame that we're not halfway through the year, and we'll have to wait for the NBL to continue next time. Well, if you're still watching, stay with us. We've got the prize ceremony coming up. We've got a lot of action on stage. We've got some honourable mentions giving out the awards, so that's coming up in just a few moments.
就动了他特别前面。我发现了，他特别大。对。
Well, just before we get to the medal ceremony in a few moments' time, David King is back in the commentary box, the busiest man in the alley pally, running around getting shots and clips and thoughts from all over the place. David, just your final thoughts on the final and the NBL in its totality, really.
I mean, I think today's been a great success for badminton. I think some incredible games, incredible fixtures, tight endings, and I think, yes, the final wasn't as tight as some of the semi-finals, but the quality of badminton was still incredible. We've put on a great show here at the Alley Pally, and a real credit to the sport.
Yeah, I think so too. What are you hoping for next in terms of the NBL? Because I feel like this has got something really special going for it.
I think they've built it really well on a good foundation here, and you just want to see it grow. You just want to see it get bigger and bigger crowds. It'd be great next year. We've got some European champions who could be playing. It'd be great to see them on court, and just continue to grow this league around the country, and just put on a show.
I think there might be a big bun fight for all the top players that are starting to knock about. I wonder if it'll get to the stage where we might see players sort of bidding and fighting and sponsoring players with more money. There'll be transfer windows. It could be really exciting.
Yeah, I think that might be
a long way off.
Long-term goal, but yeah, definitely one I think we should be working towards at some point.
Well, this medal ceremony is taking place in a short time. I can see the teams down here waiting to get up on stage. The final, I mean, like we said, that opening game in the first match kind of set the tone, didn't it? That 15-2 deficit, it meant that Manchester were always going to struggle to claw things back, which was a real shame for them. But had it been more even, I think it might have changed the women's doubles, the mentality of it going into it.
100%. It was the tone that set off right at the start, and I think they were always chasing, and I think what Saxons did so well was they just kept with it. They kept driving and they kept that lead, and they never really lost it eventually.
Well, they clung on. I mean, for me, both of the finalists did well to get through their semi-finals to start with. I think it was a bit of a surprise. I don't think Anthony Clark expected to meet Team Manchester in the final once the Saxon had got through this morning. I think all eyes were on Team Skyfall, who came so close, and so did Loughborough. It could have been anybody's, this title.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have called this final at the start of the day. Definitely during the week, and obviously with pullouts, it got even closer. And yeah, I think every team was really even, and that's why we had such an incredible kind of couple of fixtures in those semi-finals, because it was so even, and maybe having that sort of having to go matched straight on afterwards, Manchester not having that break, little fatigued, because I think we don't appreciate, the games aren't as long, but it's the mental fatigue that really sets in.
Yeah, and not to mention playing in these conditions. It is hot in here, isn't it? It's got to be in the high 20s, I would have thought. We've been sat here sweating all day long, not to mention the players. Well, things are starting to move with the medal ceremony. David, thank you for all of your efforts across today. It's been actually really insightful and terrific to have your thoughts and the chance to get you on camera and deliver everything over the course of this Super Saturday.
It has been a genuine pleasure.
A huge thank you to Joyce Church and all of our officials. And now it's over to our medalists. Please welcome your National Badminton League 2026 runners-up From Team Manchester Badminton, please welcome Dan Font, Dan Kemp, Abby Brooks, Lizzie Tolman, Cholan Kayan and Sean Kelly. Your silver medalists will be presented by Diona Platts-Mills, Badminton England Director. We want to extend this congratulations to their supporting coaches, training staff and reserves. One more time, let's hear it for your National Badminton League 2026 runners-up. It's Manchester Badminton. And now, Ali Pali, it's time to present your winners and National Badminton League 2026 champions. Make a racket for Team Saxon Badminton. Represented by Brandon Yap, Rowan Clark, Leona Lee, Chloe Dennis, Charlie Castle and Lisa Curtin. With gold medals represented by Eric Brown, Badminton England's Vice President. We want to extend this congratulations to all of their supporting coaches, training staff and reserves. Let's hear it one more time. Ali Pali, make some noise for your gold medalists, your National Badminton League 2026 champions. It's Team Saxon Badminton. So this is it, this is the moment. It has all come down to every point that mattered. Presented by Andrew Chatterton, Chief Executive of Franklin. The National Badminton League trophy goes to Saxon's Badminton. Let's hear it, give it up, make some noise, make a racket for your National Badminton League Finals. It's Saxon Badminton, your champions.
Well, what a wonderful Saturday it's been for the sport of badminton in England. The NBL came to a conclusion for the season of 2026, and these hanging around on stage enjoying that moment are our 2026 champions. Saxon's badminton, Anthony Clark and his team, a terrific day. Getting through to the semi-final was tough enough. Running away with the final over Manchester was something rather special. Well, that just about brings a close to the season for us. From myself, Bobby Griffin, from all the commentators that you've heard from today, from Badminton England, all of us here at the NBL, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you again next time. Till then, bye-bye for now.